Information is power.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Information is power.
All right.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tell the truth.
The Information Man Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for coming through the chat. I see we got a nice group of people, good crowd coming in. Good people coming in. We got RY, we got Perspective, Tiffany Jackson. Everybody's coming through. Let's get started, folks. What's up, everybody? Peace. Peace to everybody out there. Okay, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience and waiting for the program to come on. You're always going to have some technical problems that you have to prepare for that are unseen before you go live. I got a very special guest with me today. As you know, we're talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. And I put a poll out. I think the last time I checked that poll, it was 14% of people believe that the school will become a reality. I believe 86%, it's been going up and down, believe, well, no, it's 88% now. Let me look at my poll. 12% say yes, and 88% say no, that the school will become a reality, okay? And I hope everybody can hear me out there. Put a 1 in the chat room if you're hearing me just fine. I'm always paranoid about sound. I'm going to watch my gauge to make sure that it doesn't cut off on me. And if it does, I'm going to reconnect it. But remind me, anyone out there, if you cannot hear me. Umar Johnson, I mean, what can we say? I want to say shout out to Brother Honors out there, because he's the one who actually sent me the information that I'm going to provide you all today in terms of hard evidence that Dr. Umar Johnson may be playing around with us. He may not really be that serious about opening up a school. I know that there's people out there that follow him. They believe in him. I once was a believer too, okay? I brought into the Kool-Aid and donated money way before I even was on YouTube, before I became a content creator. So I actually want to see Dr. Umar Johnson be successful and open up a successful school academy for black boys. I want to see that. But it's been about 10 or 11 years. He started, I don't know how many of you realize this, but Dr. Umar Johnson has started collecting for this school. Let me put the FDMG logo right next to me. It's a nice logo. I gotta keep it real with you. The Frederick Douglass Leadership Academy, Marcus Garvey. And I like the logo. I like the look of it. I want to believe that he was going to open up this school, but when we look at the way he's been moving, the way he's been acting, he picked a school. He brought buildings in an old area in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, in an area that's browning. It's a browning area, which means the environmental impact report says something like this really shouldn't be open. All right. Dr. Umar Johnson hoops and hollers about how he needs help with the HVAC. He needs help with plumbing. There have been, to the naysayers out there that say, here you go again, putting down another black man. Why don't we stop doing this? And Dr. Umar Johnson himself, he will call out his naysayers by saying that they're sellouts, that they're agents of the government. Bullshit. The fact of the matter is there are several black people who have offered their help to Dr. Umar Johnson, and he has refused. We all saw the interview with Lord Jamar, when Lord Jamar, and I'm going to show some footage of that today, when Lord Jamar said to Dr. Umar Johnson, I've got a father-in-law who built a school within 6 months. He started really small, and he built it up over time. Lord Jamal said that sometimes it's not all about the money. It's about who you know and how they can provide you resources. Dr. Umar Johnson got up there on that interview and said, I don't need his help. He ain't building a school that I'm building. And Lord Jamal said, well, the concept may be different, but the ideas could be helpful to you, Dr. Umar Johnson. He didn't want to hear it. Let me go ahead, and I got a special guest on. I'm going to be bringing him in just a moment, but let me play this for you, this audio. This is an audio of Dr. Umar Johnson out at the school, out there in Delaware, a school that I really don't think is going to be open, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's not serious because he's been turning down the help of professional black people. For those of you out there, for those of you out there who say, hey man, why don't y'all just help Dr. Umar Johnson and stop criticizing him? I say to you, I say foul on you and I laugh at you like this because there's been plenty of black people that have offered their professional help and time for free. And he has not responded. He has refused. He wants to go it alone because he doesn't want to work around professionals, in my opinion, who would check his books, right? So let me let you hear an audio of Umar Johnson saying how he needs this help, but yet he's refusing it. And the question is, ladies and gentlemen, this is about truth.
Tell the truth.
The question is, does he really want to open up a school, or is this just another way to use the black community to fund his lifestyle? We've seen the latest videos where Umar Johnson has his shirt off, opens the door in a very inappropriate manner with shirt off. This man's supposed to be a principal of a school. This man's supposed to be a professional psychologist, and he's on camera talking about he wants 3 and 4 wives. He wants to crush the cookies. He's got the shirt out. Why would anybody want to send their kids to a man that's displaying himself like this? First of all, why would anyone want to send their kids to a school in an area that is a highly, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that area where he wants to build this school, I think they rank 6th or 7th in the country, maybe even 4th. They're very much in the high, high. They're in the very low numbers. They're in the very high numbers of high crime. So you're going to take black children and put them back into a community that has high crime, not to mention high levels of environmental issues. The water in that particular area, the tap water, is not good. And we know that Umar Johnson had his water turned on for a short period of time. Let me let you hear this audio right now. Let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody in the chat room that's come through. I'll give people shout outs as best as I can. If I miss any super chats, I apologize. If I miss anybody's names, I apologize. But I want to stay on the task here. Okay? So, with that said, let's go ahead and hear the audio by Umar Johnson right now.
And you can donate on the Cash App. And you can still mail in your donations to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Help us out, brothers and sisters. We do not have enough money to cover the HVAC. We do not have enough money to cover the electric. We do not have enough money to cover the plumbing. We do not have enough money to cover the sprinkler system, the fire alarm. We do not have enough money to cover the security system. We need your help. So please donate. Don't do 10, do 20, don't do 50, do 100, don't do 100, do 200. We need your help. Yes, it is tax deductible. We are a not-for-profit corporation, totally tax deductible. You can claim it on your taxes. Yes, it is. Again, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Donate on PayPal now, and you can donate on the Cash App. And you can still mail in your donations to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Help us out, brothers and sisters. We do not have enough money to cover the HVAC. We do not have enough money to cover the electric. We do not have enough money to cover the plumbing. We do not have enough money to cover the sprinkler system, the fire alarm. We do not have enough money to cover the security system. We need your help. So please donate. Don't do 10, do 20, don't do 50, do 100, don't do 100, do 200. We need your help. Yes, it is tax deductible. We are not-for-profit corporation, totally tax deductible. You can claim it on your taxes. Yes, it is. Again, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Donate on PayPal now, and you can donate on the Cash App. And you can still mail in your donations to the FDMG Academy.
All right, I'm going to stop that right there. I had that on loop. I had to turn that loop off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in Brother Marlon Mack. And what I want to tell you about Brother Marlon Mack is he made some renderings for Dr. Umar Johnson. And I'm going to show you an example of what this brother can do. This is his portfolio. This is his designs that he renders. And he made the effort. He took the effort and the time out of his life to try to get in contact with Dr. Umar Johnson about what he had created for him. So we got Mac portfolios, and I'm going to show you a little example of this brother's work, and I'm going to bring him on in just one moment. And let me go right over here, and let me see right here. Where do I need to go? And let me go to the portfolios. There we go. There we go. And let me show you this, folks. So what you see right there, this is Brother Marlon Mack. This is some of the work he has done, designing homes, designing buildings, beautiful neighborhoods. The man pays attention to details, as you can see on there. And that was one of the things that Brother Honors was saying, that he is gifted. And I got to admit, the brother is very gifted. He took of his own personal time to create not only a website for Dr. Umar Johnson, but he created a vision for how the school could possibly look. Let me show you this website right here. So right here is the website. You know, Dr. Umar Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, does not have a working website. He has no website. Okay. And he didn't even own the domain name of FDMG. And when you go on this website that Brother Marlon Mack made for him, and what you see up there is a spoof, right? The Gavi, Douglas, and Steve Harvey, that's supposed to be the FDMG logo that you saw right next to me on the screen. That's where that logo is supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. Because Dr. Umar Johnson is not professional, he doesn't take the time and courtesy to get back in contact with people. He does not render the help of other people, although he'll tell you, get on your Cash App, get on your this app, get on that. Cash at me, cash at me, cash at me, cash at me, cash at me. He hasn't even took the time to make a professional website. See, if he would have taken the services of a brother like Brother Mack here, it could up his game that he's serious about what he's doing. Okay, so within this brother has this. He has it all broken down. Let's go inside, and I'm going to show you something real quick before I bring him on. So right here, Brother Mack has broken it down where it says construction, 2.5 million, right? 750,000 fundraised so far since 2014. But we know that Umar Johnson has been collecting money since 2009. Shout out to Brother Honors if he's out there listening, because Brother Honors, I am going to show some short clips that I commandeered from your channel to make a point today. So I hope that everything is cool, brother. 14-month renovation. This school will be built by 2023. What Brother Marlon Mack did on this is that he gives you an estimate so that anybody who wants to donate understands exactly where Umar Johnson is going in his goal, right? But you got to have a process of a vision. The process, architect and map, a mechanical, electronic, plumbing, plan update, revision for submission to the city, submit update plans to the city for review. See, on the website, this is professional. You're now letting people know where you are in the process, where you have to submit certain paperwork to the city, permits, various things to get things going. Electrical. Umar Johnson says that he needs plumbing. People have offered their work. He's refused. He needed help for his roof. There was a brother who worked for a company, and Brother Honors talked about this on his channel, where, let me come back in here so y'all can see me, where this brother worked for a company where he was willing to take off and use his vacation time with his crew to go up to the FDMG Academy and do work on his roof for free. There are people that are offering him free services while he continues to keep telling you and me, get on your Cash App. Help me, help me. He's refusing help. He's stalling. He's engaging in Negro stalling tactics. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm being funny. With that said, let me bring in Brother Marlon Mack right now, because I'm going to go over a few things with that brother and let you see, with him on board, the beautiful designs that he made for the classroom, the way the buildings could possibly look. So you have to have a vision to create something into reality, ladies and gentlemen. And Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't have a working website. He doesn't even own the domain name of FDMG. No website, and he has no visual plan for you to see where he's trying to go at the school. And this brother created one, yet Dr. Umar Johnson does not have an organized system to be able to render back to a brother to get that support. It's a damn shame.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
With that said, let's introduce Brother Marlon Mack. All right, my brother. First of all,
quick correction. So
okay,
Marlon, it's Marlon. Like Brandon.
Okay, Marlon. I'll stick with Mac then, so I don't keep butchering the name. I apologize for that, brother. But Marlon Mack. Now, I want to thank you for being here. Can you hear me okay, brother?
Yeah, everything.
Okay, great. All right. Okay. Wow. Where do we go from here? Just can you let the good folks out there know who you are, how long you've been involved in this type of project, this type of business, this type of engineering on this level? Your graphical skills are off the chart. As Honor said, you are very gifted. So give us a little background information, and then how did you decide to create what I'm going to show people while you're talking? I'm going to show and fade in and out with you. How did you get into creating this for Dr. Umar Johnson as I show people little still pictures as you're talking? Go right ahead, brother.
All right, no problem. So once again, my name is Marlon Mack. I'm from Sumter, South Carolina. And I would say I started designing as a young child. I was always drawing cars, drawing houses, drawing shoes. Have some cousins that still speak on some of the work I've done. So as far as the designing aspect, I've always been a creative in that element. When I graduated, I went to South Carolina State University, go Bulldogs, HBCU, where I majored in mechanical engineering. With that, I was still working in the graphic design area, where I was doing, say, T-shirts and logos and websites for churches, things of that nature, just building on my expertise. So with that, I graduated in 2006, and I went into the commercial construction realm with a ENR top-rated construction company in Miami. So with that, I worked on the Miami Airport, the Eden Rock Hotel, the U.S. Southern Command Center, multiple construction projects where I was able to kind of hone my craft as far as contractual work, managing multi-million-dollar contracts, working on $500 million projects with the company I was working for. One little thing I also did when I was in college, I was able to design the addition for my family's home. My parents, they wanted to add on. So I was able to provide the drawings with the software you could buy at Staples, the Home Designer, those type software. So I was always in the element of doing these type of things. And I progressed in my commercial construction aspect. Once I left that industry, I went into the operations management side, where I worked for some glazing contractors, where we did the storefronts for like a Bath and Body Works, H&M's in Miami, mirrors, glass showers, glass stairways, where I got into the shop drawing process, where I would provide shop drawings and illustrations for not only the city, but for the clients. And with that, I was able to build a repertoire of what was necessary for people to get the vision. And when they have the vision, they're able to easily invest, I would say, in the vision. So You can get into upgrading your costs and all types of things. But the main thing is, if you have the visual, if you have the vision, and that people can see and recognize, then they're willing to move forward. They're willing to invest. So with that, I'm a construction coordinator for a residential builder here, where I do a lot of the renderings for the clients we have here. Also work with a lot of the construction scope, materials, costs, build out projections, things of that nature. So that all ties into how do we get here. I will say that as far as the orator and the speaker, I followed Dr. Umar for a while. And in regards to that, I agree with a lot he has to say. I agree with the passion that he does have when he does speak on these things, speak on these elements that a lot of people with smaller platforms aren't able to speak upon. So once again, this is not, my direction wasn't from an angle of hate. It wasn't from an angle of cooning or any of those things that it may come to be after this interview. It was me specifically seeing a need to reverse the projection of what I and most people or Black people are. And that is that we're not willing to help, that if the community was Mexican, if it were white, if it were another community, that people would just come together just because. And that's not necessarily true. But in order to take that excuse away, I focused on reaching out, seeing if I could be the vessel to create a vision for, even though it may have been 1 to 2 years late, a vision for what he was looking for, to see if we can change the dynamic of what he's speaking on and how he moves forward. That was the ultimate goal. I reached out professionally. On every live he has, he mentions in his email, he mentions the Cash App, he mentions multiple things. So the professional route was to submit an email. I submitted an email to both his personal and the FDMG resumes email. I also included my website, which you viewed earlier, and also included attachments showing the type of work I do, and advised that if you have any questions, if you have any additional information, if you, any additional visuals that you may need, reach out. And yes. I'm already working on something, and I have something that I could present to you. I also took it a step further, and for 2 to 3 weeks on a daily basis, I called the 1-844 for Dr. Umar number, which of course isn't manned. There's no one that picks up. There's no one that calls back. And then sporadically after that 2 to 3 weeks, I called just to make sure that I was positive in what I thought was occurring before I reached out to Mr. Honor. Like I said, I reached out in a professional manner. I'm not going to text the number that everybody else texts regarding the YouTube videos and things of that nature. Yes. There was a professional way to reach. There was a professional way to access, and that's the way I chose to reach out. There was no return. There was no response still to date. And so, like I said, it was more of a labor of love. It was more just trying to take away that excuse. If you don't have help, we're going to see how far this excuse goes, because there's going to be a person that provides the level of help that you would need to further receive donations, which is the vision, which is the information that you're not providing. So that was my general ask. That was my reach out, and it didn't happen. So here we are today, just having a discussion about this, having a discussion about just taking accountability. And that's been my biggest thing, is we have to be able to hold each other accountable. And what we aren't going to do is keep blaming the Black community for not helping and not donating when there's no information or proper channel for people to want to or need to further donate.
Let me ask you this question, my brother. As I was showing people some of your graphics, your renderings is the proper word for it. How long did it take you to put the time and effort into putting the labor, the energy, the thought process, and designing it? I mean, did you go down to the actual campus, or I call them abandoned buildings personally, but did you go down there and get a measurement of it? How did you actually come up with the designs. I'm going to have you come back on again as I show people more pictures, and then I got the video breakdown of the video vision of those buildings that you're seeing on the still pictures. Go right ahead, brother Mack.
Okay, well, as far as recreating the buildings, there are multiple software programs I have where I'm able to scale out buildings, scale out the proportions, use elements within even your Google Maps, whether it's an overview plan or even the street views. There's certain elements you can use through practice to where you can really nail down the accuracy and proportions of buildings and certain elements that will bring everything true to its course. But the software programs I have, that was a pretty intense. I can't say it's easy, because one of the things is, if you're doing it for years on end, it may seem easy because you're able to do it in time, but that's what you pay for, is, the skill sets that people have. So I was able to recreate the buildings themselves rather quickly, but at the same time putting the thought into aspects of something as simple as the paint scheme for the buildings. If you're thinking about,
all right, you're cutting out. Oh, there you go.
But with the paint, can we keep it down to 4 or 5 paints so we can reutilize paint in different areas? So if you stick with a white, gray, green, red system, you're able to save costs if you get a professional painter, because there's less colors you're having to think about. So all the way down to details is that I would say overall it took about 125 man hours, and by man hours, just me. So it's a process. It was necessary. It was something that I had started on because I was very confident that the brother would reach out and contact me, and I would be able to provide a more initial element of what you're looking at on the screen now. But as I said, that never happened. But with the continuance of the message being that no one's reaching out, that we don't help each other. If we were a different race, because he continues to utilize that as his main focus, it was important for people to see how this should have been presented, how this should have been brought to people. If we're kings and we're queens and we're unapologetic, then we should have higher standards. I want to present things to a higher standard to my people than I even present to a bank or a venture capitalist. That's the energy that you need to come to my people with, and that's the energy that I provided that he wasn't able to utilize. But the beautiful thing is, there's nothing that's keeping him from utilizing these visuals now. I'm pretty sure the ego will get in the way, but as far as the presentation and what's needed for him to garner access to people's minds and their belief in him, this is what was necessary. So is it too late for the school with ego and no humility? I would say so. But if there is a change in that course and some humility and I guess just putting together a proper team, anything could be turned around. So this wasn't, once again, this wasn't to put a nail in the coffin per se. This was to show people that may be listening to the coon juice that he so often speaks of, that there was a better way for it to be presented to you. There should have been a website. There should be just basic elements of professionalism that should have been presented to you, the people, our people, for you to continue and, for you to continue donating.
All right, let me ask you this question, brother. Let me come back in here and ask you this question. It's probably an obvious question, but I'm going to still have to ask that question. And that is, hopefully you can hear me. Who are the biggest losers in this situation with Dr. Umar Johnson? I'm going to say again for the record, Umar Johnson, his intentions, I believe, are well, because who can't deny that black boys do need a school, right?
Yes.
Yes. Let me put black young men. I did a video about this. Black young men and young boys, they are victims of racism. They are victims of bias. They are labeled as hyperactive, as he talks about. They are first to be put on drugs, first to be demonized in school, first to be given a police record. It's the prison to pipeline to the prison industrial complex system, the school to prison pipeline, right? And I have to agree with Dr. Umar Johnson. We have to do more for our kids. We've got to work with them. We've got to show them love, like the gentleman right here is doing with his son, right? We've got to educate them because they are our future. I feel they are our soldiers for the future because we're not in a battle that's ending. We're in an ever continuing battle. So when Umar Johnson said that, I said, this is what we need because too many of us are caught up in the prison system where we've got, we're being chumped up on charges. We're being executed more than anybody else. We've got cops putting their hands on us when we haven't done anything, as you can see on that picture right there. Right. And we know that Dr. Umar was very charismatic. You know, he's very, very well spoken. At one time, he was very well spoken. I don't know what's happened to him now. He's charismatic is what I was trying to say. Excuse me, folks. And what I do notice is that the women, the black female, is the main one that gravitates to him more than anyone. I think men, we have found out through using our logic that this man may not be what we think he is. He means well for our young black males who need black male leadership, as I think is very important. 100% important. As you see that young man right there, let me take that off his face. But once again, brother, let me bring you back on the screen here. Who's the loser? Who's the loser in all of this if this does not get off the ground? Or did I just already say it?
Well, I believe the easiest answer would be black boys. But in my experience in what I do, I would ultimately say the biggest loser are the future dreamers, the future entrepreneurs, and the future builders within our community. Because with his platform, what he's doing is he's not just taking money from people per se. He's taking the belief from people.
Right.
There have been times where I've offered pro bono work to do something very similar. When I was in Miami, the Little Haiti area, the Overtown, I literally walked up to businesses saying, hey, we know gentrification is real. We know it can happen. I'm trying to bring together this sector together. Let's provide some visuals. Let's get people invested. Let's paint some walls. Let's get some new windows so we don't make it easy for the property value to go down. So that's the only way we can keep people from taking over this land. And they literally wouldn't trust me because there was somebody prior to me or life experience to where they trusted somebody with their money, with their ideas, and that person didn't deliver. And this is no different. By him not delivering with the school, there are going to be future people that have put in the work to put together plans, put together ideas that aren't going to be able to access the money they need through crowdfunding, through donations, because people are going to say, we've already done this before. So the biggest loser is really just the future generation of builders, the future designers, the future people that may have great ideas that they can execute, but because the mentality is already tainted through this process, they're not going to have the access to these funds.
All right. Let me just say this. Shout out to Lisa Johnson, Miss Brown. We've got FIFA World, others. We got Black Anonymous is in the house. Malik Stone Express. We got Empress KIYA. We got Nikki Love Entertainment. T Kelly's in the house. Francis Daniel's in the house. B Buccaneer. Black Votron Reloaded is in the house. Thank you for being here. Walter Sniper is in the house. QB is in the house. Bloodsport 11 is in the house. There's probably other people that I've missed. And if I missed anybody, Tiffany Jackson, RY, L Long, Jay Sean is in the house. Keeping It Plain is in the house. Anybody that I missed, I apologize. I just wanted to focus on what this brother was saying. We got Real Aaron Collins. We got 747, a lady, 747 in the house. Thank you for being here. Barbie Girl, Tina in the house. Let me see. Water Sniper, what's up to you? Good to see you. Jay Sean, you are my benefactor, brother. You've been supporting the channel behind the scenes. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Let me just go back in some of my back chat area and see if I missed anybody. We got Miss Duke is in the house. Let me see. CC go into another. We got Gator Girl 04, Blue Bryant in the house. If I'm saying that correct, I hope so. Larry H. I'm just going back to some of my system lets me to look at some back chat that I might have missed. And let me go over here. If anybody super chatted me or cash at me, thank you. I'm sorry if I missed you. We got people power people in the house. Keep it playing again. Let me go back to some more here and see if there's anybody else. All right. Let me go over here and say thank you all for being here. Let me give you a clap in the chat room for being here again. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here in the chat. Really appreciate you all. Really appreciate you all. Thank you for coming in. I want to tell everybody, please share this video on all your social media. Share, and share alike. If you're a content creator, share it in your community tab as well. Tell your family, tell your friends about the show. Subscribe to the show if you're new over here. And don't go nowhere because I have explosive videos by way of Brother Honors. Segments that I took from his channel that I think will add to the relevance of what Brother Mack is talking about right now. Let me bring the brother back on. All right, brother. Let me ask you something. We had a conversation a few days ago when we were planning to do this together. And you said something to me that I thought was very disturbing. You said that it looks like Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't have a good communication system going. People are trying to get in contact with him. They're trying to offer their services while he continues to keep saying, cash at me. I need this. I need that. And I'm saying to myself, if he needs all these things, why hasn't he presented a team of people? When you're building a school or any project, right? Don't you supposed to have a team of people, a board, someone who keeps checks and balances? He doesn't even have a board or a commission of people that we know of right now that are pushing his play. And what's up, Miss B Awaken? Miss Barry Awaken, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the super chat.
Now, Brother Mack, what is your thoughts about that? Does he have a good organizing system? What is it? Is he a one-man show? Where is his crew?
I believe he's trying to be a one-man show. And what I ultimately believe is there are probably people that reach out. He's probably made the effort in the past to have a team. But once again, he doesn't have the leadership leadership capabilities from the standpoint of being able to listen and take that information and utilize it as it needs to be used. I believe that his ego is so strong that it's my way or no way at all. And the thing is, when it comes to being a speaker, an orator, that's fine. You can individually do that research. You can individually go out, speak on different panels, things of this nature, acquire information from other people, and utilize that for yourself. Absolutely nothing to do in building. And what I ask people to do is think about just building a house. Mm-hmm. How long just building a house, 1,000 square foot, or 1,500 square foot, whatever size of the house may be. Think about building a house. How many people it takes, how much communication it takes, and then think of the size of that commercial building or those buildings that he's acquired. If it takes 6 to 7 months to build a house, what do you think it may take to renovate the school? And even before you speak on the actual renovations, there are two things that really caught me that made me realize he didn't have a team. The first, I believe, is when he said that he received the architectural plans. And of course, he had the actual blueprints on his shoulder, which that's cool. But these days, you definitely can receive that information in PDF form and provide that information to the people as far as floor plans, things you're thinking about. So when he mentioned that he didn't think that he even needed the architectural plans or the engineering, that's what let me know that there was no true renovation or retrofit aspects going on, because if you leave a building for 2 or 3 years, per building code, there's always revisions to building code. So by the time you purchase that building, there's going to be updates needed. There's going to be electrical codes. There's going to be life safety codes. there are going to be a lot of elements that need to be updated and submitted and approved by the city. So once he said he didn't think he needed them, that let me know there wasn't really anything done to the drawings.
Oh,
there
wow.
wasn't going to be any updated technological information, whether you needed fiber optics. And one other thing we could take from that is when he dreams, when he says, I might turn this building into that. I might make this a cafe. I might make this. Well, guess what? All that has to be designed by an architect. So it may take an architect 2 or 3 months to design a cafe that meets codes.
Right.
That's before you have the process of submitting it to the city and going through their revision and their process. And one thing you don't want to do is have multiple revisions submitted to the city, because every time you do that, there's a cost to it. So that's what let me know, okay, there's no real renovation. There's no real retrofit. This is just going to be, let's open up the building if we can to whatever capacity. Whether it's,
can I do something real quick? I want to show people the still pictures of the cafe that you designed, and then later on we're going to get into the actual 3 videos, that they can actually see, that gives more texture to what you're talking about. Let me show everybody right now what he's talking about. I'm gonna put him on the screen. So Dr. Umar Johnson always ponders and says these sort of, I think what I call them grandiose delusions that he has, where he says he wants a cafe, he wants a FDMG rocket team, rocket ship, spacecraft, all kind of things. This is the design of the cafe that the brother Mack put together on here. There it is right there as an example. Let me put a more closer view of it. There it is right there. That's his cafe. And I'm going to show you more pictures when I show you the video that the brother provided me that goes into more closer detail. So that would be the FDMG cafe, where you can go get a bite to eat. And of course, we know that Dr. Umar Johnson famously likes to name all the food after Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, all the different Pan-Africans. He'll name all the foods, which I think is kind of cool. And it'd be even cooler if it was really going to be a reality. But oftentimes, Dr. Umar Johnson leaves us in dream state too often. And to me, I don't really want to hear, I don't know how you feel about this, brother, but personally, I don't really want to hear the highfalutin words and the highfalutin dreams. Let's just get the school built first and build off of that before you start getting into all this other fantastical, fairy dust and pixie ducks type stuff.
My thing is, even so, the issue is all the ideas, whether or not they're grandiose or not,
okay,
those are the ideas that need to be designed by the architect initially before you submit the plans. So that just shows a lack of preparation and thought. And even so, focusing on the smaller school versus the bigger school with the larger gym that can accompany more people. There are so many, just minor red flags in the process that just kind of let you know that the visionary that he speaks to be isn't on a building term or a building basis. It's, it's strategically not meant to work for what he's trying to do. And so, like I said, those were definitely red flags. The Breakfast Club interview, when he said that if he could get all work done, if he can get all the volunteers, all the work could be done in 3 weeks. That's what let me know there's not a general contractor friend in sight. Anybody that's worked in construction understands that one thing you can't do is stack trades. You can't have the electrician running pipe with the HVAC or mechanical systems being installed with your structural elements being built. There has to be a schedule, and it steps down. There's a rhyme and reason to a schedule. And those things also have to be inspected. So if you have an electrical system, it has to be inspected before you can close any ceilings, before you can move forward with the other trades. So just contracting aspect, very clear to see that there isn't a team or organized state that's put together for him to understand the basics of building. And I believe even during the Breakfast Club, if he projected a year out, it still wouldn't have been too late to provide factual information. But because he put that 3-week timestamp on it, that lets a lot of people know that you don't know what you're talking about. And it may get some people that don't understand the process to fight for him. And then, as we know now, they'll end up leaving as well, because here we are 6-7 months later, or 5 or 6 months later, and nothing is done. We're still at the same space. There's actually less being done.
Tell the truth.
The money's not coming in as much. So, you know, at some point you have to speak on the facts. At some point, he shouldn't even be speaking on the building process. It should be a general contractor. He should have a black general contractor, if that's what's necessary to fulfill the perception. And they should be speaking on the whole building process. He shouldn't be speaking on it at all.
Okay, let me ask you this question, brother. Let me put this here. Do you think the reason why Dr. Umar Johnson does not have professional people around him? I know on the interview with Lord Jamar, and I'm going to show a little snippet of that, he was arguing with Dr. Umar Johnson was arguing with Lord Jamar, saying that, yes, your assumption, I got professionals around me. All my friends are psychologists, and they're all professionals in school, professors, and all this sort of stuff. And my thing is, if he had all these people around him, my logical question would be, where are they? Why is it that he never presents them? And why is it that we don't have a breakdown of what they are in charge of? And why don't we have weekly reports like you put on the website that I showed earlier, showing a breakdown of what is it going to take to get it to completion? Why hasn't he not presented that? Is it that he's hiding something that he doesn't want us to know? Because, you know, he's taking a lot of money from black people and everybody to get it all correct. Dr. Umar Johnson has been collecting money from black people since 2009. In 2009, I was probably, 39 or 38 years old. Here it is, 2021. I'm a 51-year-old man going on 52 years old. What's going on here? I'm going to bring you back on before I go into a clip, and now we're going to also show your video breakdown of what you created for him. Go right ahead, my brother.
The first thing is there obviously isn't a team. I believe that's the most obvious thing going on, because when he does have people helping, he definitely has them on video. So I'm pretty sure if he had an architect that was working with him, if he had a professional plumbing team, that he would actually respect their work and not necessarily try to finagle them into doing free work, then I'm pretty sure he would show them too. So the main thing is there definitely isn't a team. I think the main issue is when he did go on that rant. I'll speak on rants before you go into the video.
Okay.
When he did go on that rant, the thing is, I can have 10 friends that are doctors, but if I need my car fixed, they don't have the skill set or expertise to fix my car. The same way if I had a group of mechanics, that doesn't mean they can perform surgery. So having people that work in schools and friends that are psychologists, that has nothing to do with building a school. You can put some information into how you want the classroom set up, maybe how you want the curriculum, maybe how you want some of the classrooms to flow. But as far as building, you have to leave that to the professionals. And just to go into the rants, one thing I realize is when he's knowledgeable and educated on a subject matter, concepts, whatever it may be, or, he'll rant, he'll name it off, he'll quick fire, machine gun, so he'll go through it, whether it's, black celebrities, black ancestors, names, he'll name,
yes,
everything. But it seems like when he isn't educated in something, the first thing he does is deflect. So if things were getting done in the school, he would ramble on about every single element being done in that school, the same way he rambles on about ancestors and, those that are coming to help him, and spirits that exist. He would be able to ramble 20 things off. He can't, because nothing's being done. And he's also ranting and deflecting because he doesn't have the knowledge of what he's doing. When he's knowledgeable, he speaks well. When he's knowledgeable, no matter what question you ask him, he's willing and ready to answer that question. When he isn't, everybody and everyone is a coon.
Right. Let me shout out a few people. I see we got King Kong Conscious in the house. Looking for you. I'm looking for you in the chat, brother. I'm going to mod you up. We got Water Sniper, who's rocking hard in there. We got my man Yalpo, who's been following me for a long time. That brother, peace to you. Water Sniper, Tiffany Jackson. We got Omega Dreads in the house. Shout out to you. We got Shade of Blue. RY. There's a few people that I didn't shout out that are in the chat room that I'm looking for right now. Real quick. Let me see. Who else? We got my man, Brother Rob is in the house. I saw you in there. Real Aaron Collins as well. Let me see. Is anybody I missed? There's probably some folks that I missed, and I apologize for anybody I missed. We got Joe in the house. My man Joe, Carolina Dukes is in the house. We got Darius L. from the BIO. Thank you for being here, RY. Everybody that's coming in, I appreciate that. I need everybody that's coming in. Now, look, I got 110 likes. This is unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen. Unacceptable. We got 251 people watching us right now, but we only have 110 likes. Please get the likes up if you can. That's all I'm asking. Nothing more, nothing less. Go ahead and share this video. If you're in the chat room right now and you got a channel, share it in your social media. Share it in your community tab. Share it, share it, share it. We want more people to watch this. Shout out to everybody in there. If I have not shouted you out yet, T. Kelly, E. Lovely is in the house. Who else? Southern Naplitness, Varying Perspective. Let me see. I'm just trying to shout a few people out. Having a hard time here with making out some names a little bit. Carolina Dukes, Tiffany Jackson. Oh, let me just use my system I got right here. Why am I looking over here when I can just use this right here? All right. Black Anonymous. Just a lot of great people that have come in. Barbie Girl Teen, D, Allen, Warren is in the house. Let me see. Shades of Blue, I said that before. Francis, Danielle, Nikki Love, Tiffany Jackson. Some of my regular folks that have been coming in here support me since day one. If you're new to the channel, I say salute to you. I want to say thank you.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Let me play a video now, a short video of when he was on with Lord Jamar. I got a lot of goodies waiting for y'all, so don't go anywhere. Even if Brother Mack has to leave for any reason, I still got some good goodies for you. But let's play the first video right now. Let's get into this, and let me see how I do this all the time. Let's get the breaking news going. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news.
Information is power.
Kudos to that brother.
Yes, sir.
What I'm doing ain't that. I want to be absolutely clear. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy will be America's first school based off the principles of Pan-African nationalism and international economics. That's not what I'm doing, brother. I have a totally different concept from him. You understand? So if I think...
Let me stop that. So Umar Johnson said this because Lord Jamar, as you all remember, hopefully you've seen that video, had told him that he had a father-in-law who he kept calling his brother. The father-in-law built a school. I believe that school is in Brooklyn or somewhere of that nature. There's a website for that school. It's a school that is serving about, 90% black community, and there's Latinos as well there in the school, but the majority of the school is black. And he put together a school in 6 months, a small school, and he built it up to the big school that he has now. And he has expertise. And Lord Jamar said to Umar, you may be a good educator, but you're not a great real estate man. And of course, Umar got all up into his feelings about this, but let's finish this short little video. And before I go back to Brother Mack.
Concept could be different, but the implementation of how
But I
it's
don't
put...
need his help implementing, brother, because I'm a certified school psychologist and a certified school principal who's experienced, who got a whole cadre of educators. So y'all keep making these things. He needs to talk. No, I don't. Y'all don't know who I got. I got
Then
everything.
why is somebody, you have all these credentials, then why is this man who we don't know was able to put his school
I don't
together
know
in a
his
few
story,
months,
and I never been
and it's
to the
taking you
school.
6 years, brother?
6 years is nothing for a school. I can show you 10 charter schools where the money is coming from the state.
I want to correct that, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually been 10 years. He's been collecting since 2009. Let's go back to the video.
And it took him almost a decade to get open, brother. You don't open up a school in a year or two. I don't know your brother's story, and I don't care to know it. I don't care to know it.
Why not, though? If it could be helpful to you, why wouldn't you care to know it if it could be helpful to you?
Brother, I have friends who own schools. Do you understand that? I have...
Wow, 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 wow. Crazy.
Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
What's scary about that is that he said to Lord Jamal, I don't care to know about your father-in-law. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Umar Johnson does not want help. People are offering help and he's rejecting it because he's so narcissistic. He's so arrogant. He wants to go it alone. Like I said in one of my previous videos, he wants to be a one-man band. It doesn't work that way. You can't build something like this on donations alone. You have to connect with other people, like-minded people who can help you with resources and direction. He needs help, but he's refusing to do so. His arrogance that he's a doctor. If he's got all these friends in the profession, then why has it been taking since 2009? Not 6 years. It's been 10 to 11 years or more. Let me play this other video before I go back to Brother Mack. The last one of the edition that I have on his conversation with Lord Jamal. And Lord Jamal calls him out rightfully, and I say rightfully, so, ladies and gentlemen.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Into fruition, use his resources. So maybe we're feeling like, money is the answer for everything. But sometimes it's our resources. How about, could you donate your time or something to help instead of the money to fix something? How about y'all come in and donate your time to help build up the school or something like that? You see, it's not always about money. It's about the people that you know. It's about a lot of different things. For 700,000, I feel like maybe we could have got a piece of land and just built from the ground up, and it could have been turned out cheaper. I don't know. We have to look into a lot of things, and this is a big undertaking that I feel like, you might need some help with it, brother. What do you think?
Well, a couple things. I want to deal with your assumption that I might need some help.
Okay.
Most of my friends are educators. Most of my elders are educators and psychologists. That is
Then where are they, Umar?
my field. So it's kind of interesting when someone who's an expert in something, and I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to the detractors who say I can help him with that. This is
I think they're talking about the real estate part of it. You're an educator, but not a real estate guy. You see
but
what
we
I'm
already
saying?
have the real estate. So that's not even an issue. No
right, but did we choose the right real estate? Did we take the money and do the best fiduciary thing with the money?
Brother, I just told you that the schools that we got was a $13 million project 9 years ago in excellent shape. We got a steal for that campus. It was a steal. It was the best thing I could have possibly got. I have no regrets. Okay. See, that's when we start feeding into the lies. That's why you got to come see the school, my brother.
Absolutely.
And see it for yourself. Because you have people telling you that the school ain't in good shape. The school is in excellent shape, which is why we're getting offers for it now. It's in excellent shape, brother. The classrooms don't even have to be touched. We just have to fix the electrical system, the HVAC system, and the plumbing system. So I don't need help with the real estate. We were blessed with that campus. You understand? And as
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right, Caroline Duke, Jay Shine, Black Votron, Omega Dreads, Barbie Girl Teen, Francis, Danielle, Daniel, everybody that's in the chat room, thank you for being here, for taking the time out of your schedule. Let me go back over to Brother Mack to get his thoughts on that video. Brother Mack, I know you probably have either seen this before, you probably have heard about it. If you have not, you know, maybe this is the first time you've seen him go back and forth with Lord Jamar like this, maybe not. But what really was disturbing to me, my brother, is that he said he didn't care to know about how his father-in-law got started with his school, and he didn't care to get help from people. He said it out of his own mouth. I didn't say it. Umar is clearly saying that he wants to be a one-man show, at the same time saying that he's got all these professors and people with degrees who we don't never see them. I have never seen them render any plans. What are your thoughts on those videos?
I agree with your sentiment. Like I said, you know, being a one-man show is great when you're talking about just speaking to people, speaking engagements. But even to build out a brick and mortar or even a barn in the backyard, it's still going to take more than one person. So it's pretty ridiculous, because saying that I know how expansive a commercial project of this nature would be. I would say like this: if it was a $13 million project, right, and looking at where it's at right now, say you need 20 to 25% of it renovated, updated. 1.3 times 20 is 2.6 mil. If we just want to do basic calculations. One other thing you have to look at, he said, we don't even have to touch the classroom. So you're basically going to open a school with the same paint, the same walls, same lockers, any logo, there's color changes. There's not going to be any upgrades. You just basically want to open the least operable school possible for the future generation of Black boys. This is what's going to take us to the next level. It's just opening a school as is. It's ridiculous to me that those are the conversations that upset me. Upset me the most is, you know, if at least if you have a vision, at least if you're trying to create a new and next level for our kids, I can get on board with that. But just to say, hey, we're just going to open up this building as is. We're going to open up this gym with the floor bubbling up from the water damage, and it's going to be good enough for you. You don't deserve anything better. You take what I give you. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it shows a lack of professionalism. It shows a lack of love for the community that you speak of. You know, if you were buying your child or buying your partner a house, would you buy a dilapidated house? No. You would buy something that you feel that they deserve, that they're worth. There's worth in what you provide to people, and what he's providing right now kind of tells a tale of how he really feels about Black boys and the Black mothers that he panders to, and a lot of the Black men that he chooses not to answer logical questions regarding the school with.
Do you let's with the time that we have, let's get into your video. I was going to say what Lord Jamar said, which is he might be best for the educational component, right? But he's not a real estate guy. He's not a guy that may be best for handling the real estate portion of this project. That maybe Dr. Umar Johnson should stay in his lane. We all have a lane that we play. I work in mental health. So if Dr. Umar Johnson needs a counselor or someone like that, I would be qualified to be able to do that job. And that's another concern I have about this school, that he's having a hard time because he's not letting people help him who want to help him. But I'm saying to open up a school, you not only have to have teachers, but you got to hire a school psychologist. You got to have security. You have to have schools counselors. You have to have a school nurse. That costs money, right? You have to have certain professionals that are not just teachers on the campus 24/7. And once again, this isn't about trying to bring a black man down. But if we have a black man who's taking money from the community since 2009, and he's still struggling to get this thing going, and it's also his fault because he's not taking the help of professionals that are offering him help, and it's not on the black community. It's on Dr. Umar Johnson, who constantly tells me and you that, oh, I would have this school open if it wasn't for these Negroes out here. Well, you got Negroes out here offering you help, but you don't seem to want to take the help that's being offered to you, Dr. Umar Johnson. You're talking about that you're for black boys, and black boys need your help. Quite obviously, they need that help. They need the help of their fathers in their life. They need the help of black men in their life that are willing to work with them so they don't end up in the penal system being arrested by these damn cops out here. They need this. Listen to me, Dr. Umar Johnson. We need help. This is the picture when you were on Roland Martin's show saying that you collected $750,000. But yet you've given no accounting. You say, well, I'm only going to give accounting to those that support me. I was a supporter of yours economically, and I don't know exactly how much you have to date. Damn it. I'm telling the truth here.
You are listening to Information Man.
Tell the truth.
All right, let me bring you back on here, brother. Let's go into, for the sake of our time, let's go into the video section of the presentation today.
Can I make one quick point before it leaves me?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
When it comes to black boys, what I find interesting, and one of the things that also just kind of turns me off to the whole situation is I'm not sure where these black boys will live if they were to finish this program. Because for black boys, black men such as myself, the biggest thing you can do is learn how to network, learn how to work within a team, learn how to function with ideas and items that you may not agree with, but you can still come together collectively to reach a goal. Nothing about the way he moves says that he's able to do that, from not having a team currently, from saying he doesn't need help. He doesn't need any assistance. He has everything under control. He's a god. The god complex isn't the proper way for black boy. Being unapologetic is different from having a god complex. The god complex isn't going to help black boys move forward. I can be successful, but there are going to be people that I rely on to reach that success. I'm going to have clients. Those clients aren't always going to be Pan-Africanists. So for me to accumulate money, for me to accumulate funds to further help other people, to further do pro bono work, I have to have a network of people. Eventually, he's going to need accreditation. I'm not sure if accreditation is a Pan-African thing or independent thing, but he's going to need to rely on people to see him past all the speeches and all the, as far as the basic knowledge they need to is how to network, how to work within the system that they're living in. Unless we're going to find, some Wakanda right now, they have to understand how to get the grades, how to work with people, how to build businesses with each other with ideas that may not always agree with theirs. He can't deal with anybody that doesn't agree with his opinion. So we're going to have all his black boys calling people coons as soon as they try to hold them accountable or tell them they're doing something wrong. It won't work.
It won't work. I'm glad you said that, brother. You took the words right out of my mouth, but out of my thoughts.
You're getting a little aggravated now. I start getting a little heated when we talk about
it. But see, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing, brother. We have to start holding. Let me just say this. I want it, like I said before, I want Dr. Umar Johnson to be successful. Now, if Dr. Umar Johnson opens his school and he makes it successful in the long run, I will be the first to come on my YouTube channel and say I was wrong. I will crack open a live stream and let everybody criticize me for coming at him, right? For having my opinion, right? I'm entitled to my opinion like everyone else. And if he did, I'll be the first to say, great job. And I'll be the first to say, hey, I was wrong to make a video about him. This is only the second video I've made about this man. I was wrong. I will come out and say it. Even Honors has said this himself. But at the same time, as black men, it is our job in our community to hold other black men accountable or other black people accountable if they're doing something that is leading black people down the wrong path based on a good idea, but they're now fleecing and grifting the community unnecessarily. Would you agree with that, my brother?
I definitely agree. If you're trying to get to a destination and you type in Google Maps or your iPhone, how to get to this destination, they have the shortest period of time, and then they have the time that can take, 2+ hours. So there's nothing wrong with congratulating somebody on reaching their goal, but you can also tell them that, hey, you reached your goal in the wrong manner. You may have made it to the destination, but you could have been done 2 years ago versus it taking you 6 years. What we're seeing right now is him going down the wrong path, and that's what we're holding accountable. We're not saying anything about him as a speaker, as an orator. We're specifically speaking about this project. My thing is, it's the walk and chew gum at the same time. You don't have to try to degrade the intellectual capacity of black people because you're not prepared and organized in what you're doing. We can see that. It's very obvious. Hopefully you still find humility to reach your goal, but we can also hold you accountable now saying you're doing it the wrong way. You're tainting the minds of a lot of people. You could literally decrease the amount of people that want to crowdfund and donate to ideas in the future. And that's my purpose. That's my passion in this, is making sure that we provide professional, next level design and visuals to our people when we are presenting our ideas, to ensure that we can lessen gentrification, that we can lessen the systematic oppression from occurring and reoccurring. What he's doing right now, he's literally playing into the hands of the very people that he speaks against. Right now, he's not the Robin Hood right now. He's the person that's actually detracting from the greatness and the black excellence that he so often speaks of. So at some point, we have to hold you accountable. Accountability isn't kryptonite to anybody.
Wow.
He has to take accountability before the so-called detractors that he was calling, but what I call it is responsible people holding him accountable for what he is not doing.
Let me say this. Let's get into the visual. We have 3 videos. One would show the opening of the campus where you're out in the streets, and it's the same measurements. Everything you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, everything you're going to see on the video presentation of what he designed for Dr. Umar Johnson, and Dr. Umar Johnson did not contact the brother back to let this brother render this for him. He's got every detail, the gym, the classroom. When you look outside the classroom, you got the actual street. He has it down to the sign, the bus stop, every design. And let me bring him right back on and ask him this question. When you are building something, because I showed your portfolio and everybody in the chat room, the website, the brother's business information, his portfolio, everything is in the description of this video that you can click into and support. Now, Honors made a joke and said that when you click into the FDMG website, someone did something where it goes right to his YouTube page, because Umar Johnson didn't even think enough, because he doesn't have a goddamn team, to make sure that he gets the proper trademark and domain name on the FDMG. So now even if he wanted to make a website, he can't even own the damn name. That shows you that he is not taking care of business properly. Now, as I get ready to show these videos, the detail of the gym, the interior of the classroom that I showed in the stills, but the video makes it more like you're almost in the classroom. Remind people, because there's people that are coming to the chat late. We got about 300 or so people watching us or more. Remind people, once again, how you tried to attempt to present this to Dr. Umar Johnson, and what happened?
Yes. I saw his video. There were most of his videos where he kept saying how he wasn't receiving the help. He needs help. Black people don't come together for this, that, and the third. So I did my due diligence, reached out to him professionally through the emails that he provided, the Dr. Johnson, Umar Johnson at Yahoo, and the FDMG resumes, since it was a school-based email that I was providing. Provided the email, provided my information from my website, even spoke of assisting him in kind of reversing the naysayers and the doubt of the school. So everything that was necessary for him to see, okay, this young brother is not trying to take advantage of me. There's no need to be paranoid. The least I can do to reach out. I also had attachments of the work I did, the work I've done commercially, as well as residential, for him to understand the level and the quality that I would be able to provide, in hopes that there will at least be a conversation that would take place, a vetting process of sorts. And neither one of those things happened. I also called the number that's on his website, the drumarjohnson.com website, to reach out regarding any school-related information for 2 weeks straight, daily. There was no one manning the phones. I don't believe there is anyone manning the phones to date, unless he started that process based on, the last couple of videos. But for two and a half to 3 weeks, I did that. And then sporadically for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I also tried to see if I could get anybody on the phone just to have some type of response or conversation regarding what I provided. And there's still been no communication to date. And I have seen some people say, well, why are you mad because you're rejected? I'm not angered. I'm still helping the Black community. I've done work for creatives, venues, small businesses, large businesses. I put in the work to ensure that I can speak in the way I'm speaking, and for people to also understand that it's bigger than me. So by not being responded to, it was necessary for me to show people the correct way to present an idea or a vision to our people. Once again, if you were going to a bank, I'm pretty sure the level would be higher than yelling at the bank, hit the damn Cash App. I'm pretty sure there would be a different approach. So if you're going to speak to your people that you consider kings and queens until they disagree and you call them coons, then my things provide a certain level of professionalism and a certain vision for them to attach to, so they can forward it to the people they know, so they can have pride in what you're trying to build, instead of basically leaving them out to dry. And now, I'm not sure why people still support the vision without having a vision. But once again, I did my due diligence for there to be no excuses, for people to understand what's necessary, not only that what he should have done, but what needs to be done before moving forward. I can't say whether it's too late or not. I hope he's still able to see his vision come to fruition, but accountability wise, there has to be a better way. And I just tried to provide an example of that start.
Okay. Let me give a few shout outs before we go to the videos. We got Brother Yalpo. We got Global Black, No Nonsense, welcome here. We got Nikki Justice on the Run, welcome here. Empress is in the house. We got the beautiful Bernice is in the house. We got God's Little Princess in the house. We got my brother Perspective in the house. Black Voltron again is in the house. If there's anybody I missed, I'll come back as soon as I can. I want to show these videos. We got Miss Duke in the house. We got Damien Reacts, if I'm saying that correct. He said Umar is a scam. Let me put the brother up on here. I want to put what he said on here on the screen. He says Umar is a scam. And Nikki, we got a lady 747. Let me put her on the screen. She says, Mr. Mack, you were too professional for this scam artist. A lot of people in the chat room, brother, are feeling the things that you're saying. They feel that you did present a professional piece to him. But wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, wait until you see the videos. And when you see these videos, it's really going to make you say, oh my God. And Nikki says, shout out to the information man. Great show. Share the video. We got 370 people watching. 217 likes. Come on, get those likes up. Share the video in your social media. If you're a content creator, share it in your community tab as well. Tell people about the show. Tell your mama, tell your grandfather, tell your grandmother, tell your brother, your sister, tell the brother that you work with and sister that you work with at the job about the Information Man show.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right, brother, let's get into the videos right now. If all ado, let's get into it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video, and I have the ability to stop it at any time or let it just run all the way through if there's anything that you want to speak on related to each of the 3 videos that I have, okay?
Okay.
All right, so it's gonna take over the screen, but I'm gonna make sure your mic is on if you want to say anything, and I can stop it at any time you want me to stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're about to see. This brother is brilliant. As Honor said, he is talented. He is gifted. The details of how he put the school design together, the colors are very good in contrast. The designs, everything it was incredible what he put together. And it's just a damn shame that Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't have enough professionalism and a professional team around him to make sure that he can get the help that he needs, that he keeps saying that he needs. But we know that he's refused help from other people. And I got videos coming your way of people talking about how he scammed them and how he did not take their professional help. So with that said, let's get ready to get into this video. And I'm going to play a little bit of music as I wind it up. Hang on, brother. Let me turn your mic on. Your mic's not on. There we go. All right, I'm going to stop it and bring it back so you can say whatever you were saying that I could not hear and the people couldn't hear you. So let's start from the beginning, and here we go.
Yeah, I just want to say the main thing was to take the buildings pretty much as is, and just create a colorway aside from the nice intro sign and structure that I have right here. Everything else was kind to keep the buildings as is. Just provide a colorway.
Yes.
Focus on the colorway, whether it's the street stripes or the actual buildings. To be simplistic, something that can, one, be achievable, and not grandiose, but achievable. And also have a feel that people would have pride coming there. I'm not against the current, yellow mustard look.
Right.
But as far as the trend, as far as the color itself, it isn't as inviting when you're speaking of a school that screams
right here.
excellence.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen. That sign that you see right there, speed limit 20, Honor spoke on this. The gym, this is a complete design of what the school would look like in a complete renovation, a complete look. This is what you need to get the vision off the ground. You have to give people visuals. You have to give them a professional website. You have to have a committee of people. You have to be able to account for the money and let people know what phase of the project. Am I right, Brother Mack? What phase of the project are you on? And Umar has failed to do that, and that's the shame. So let me continue the video. I want to let you know everything here is detailed to how the school looks, how it could look. But everything is detailed very perfectly. Here we go. And you can continue talking, brother. I'm sorry about that. And look, that's the rock right there. That's the rock that he keeps setting on, right? Look at that, to the damn detail. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's important to try to replicate or recreate everything as proportionally as possible to really sell it to people that may be in the community, may have driven by the community. So if I had a building that isn't there, it would become something that isn't as sellable versus having the actual structures recreated, showing what it could be. So for instance, I started off with just the basic necessity of what the cafe looking building may be. This is what you would present to a bank. This is what you present to your contractors, whether it's your painters, the people that railing companies, to kind of get overall vision. So if they know exactly what you want, then you'll get the best price. You don't want to try to get pricing out of something in your head. You want to be able to show them exactly what you need. And this leads to better estimates, better costs. With the classrooms, like I said, he spoke on the classrooms don't need touching up.
Look at the
if you're dealing with
detail
black,
here.
if you're talking about black excellence, if you're talking about people wanting to pay to send their children here, if you're talking about getting money and donations from athletes and people that may have access to this money you're looking to receive, then you need to have a vision that speaks that we're taking this to a next level. I was initially going to show laptops on every desk. But with that, I would also have to show that you need to have plugs on the floor, whether it's USB, GFCI. So there'd be additional levels that you can show. If this was if you had that type of technology in your room, then you would need to have laptops for each student. So once again, you could take an idea that's basic. This is the basic of what a classroom would look like. And then with that, you can add on to it. And because the people see what it is, they'll be more willing to invest. It's no different from the building fund at church. If you want to build a new church, show what the new church will look like. People will spend more money towards that church. If you don't want to see anything happen, just keep speaking about a building fund.
Let me say this right here. Let me stop you. This is what you would see in professional businesses when they're trying to build a high-rise commercial real estate. And what I wanted to do is I want to show, this is beautiful. This to me is incredible. If I was putting together a school based on what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about, that he wants, let me put his patch back up here. He wants a Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School Academy. You've got the Black Power hand. That would be a beautiful vision to have that mural up there like that. And then you see, I want to bring people back to this part right here. You see, when you go out right here, when you go, look, he's got every detail, ladies and gentlemen. When you look out the window, you can see the other buildings over here. Honors has talked about this on his channel. And shout out to Leonard Honors, Brother Honors, because that brother Honors is the one who said, hey, here's the information. Go ahead and put something together. I don't think he knew I was going to interview you. So that was an extra bonus and surprise to everybody. But he said, man, go ahead and do something with this, because he's presented this on his channel and I'm giving you my style. Having you here add something, an extra oomph to it. But let's go ahead and move this forward again. And every detail, you got the boards on there. The detail, you said you were going to put originally laptops in every table, but you got the laptop where the teacher would be. And then right here, let me stop this right here. Boom. Now, this was a spoof that you did, the Steve Harvey and Gabby Davis. That's supposed to be this logo right here. But because Dr. Umar failed to engage with this brother, he had to make a few changes himself. But that's what would be up there as the logo. And let me continue playing this before we get to the next video. Anything else you want to say, brother?
No, it's just, the importance of visuals. Like I said, I've dealt with it for the past 15 years in the construction sector, work directly with corporations, small businesses, restaurants. So I've applied this logic as well. So it's not just a talk, because even in dealing with providing pro bono work and wanting to provide my services, sometimes people will be like, well, the vision doesn't matter if you don't have the money. Well, I need people to understand, as you spoke with high rises, the main source of them funding, getting investments, is the presentation. It circles around these visuals that brings these investors in. So the visuals, as far as moving forward, what I would like for our community to do is understand that this is just a level. This is a standard that I feel if we set for ourselves moving forward, a lot of these projects will get off the ground faster. Even in the Hidden History Museum, I think one thing that really elevated that was that he had a rendering, he had a video of what it would look like. It felt personal for people. It felt tangible. And I think that's what may have assisted him in reaching the goal that he needed to reach from his campaign. So it is important. And one thing one thing that Umar does speak about is he says, we'll give millions of dollars to the hair industry, to McDonald's, to Nike. Well, that's because when we see a product, we give the money, we receive that product. That's the difference. If you were actually providing some type of feeling that you were actually giving us the product that we were looking for, then I believe people would continue donating. But if it's 2 years later and it still seems like the project is at the same capacity that it was 2 years ago or prior, then of course people are going to feel like it's going to be a failed project. So, this isn't about comparing it to service goods to what you're trying to do in building. You can't conflate the two. There's a lot of conflating that he tries to do, whether it's conflating him being, a great orator with building, or conflating what Black people spend to build in a school. Those two things can't be conflated. They're two separate things. But if you're providing the information, people will continue to spend money.
Okay. And this one is the one that we spoke of earlier about the cafe. He had a vision about having a cafe, and you put that vision together in your renderings here. So I'm about to show that right now. And once again, if there's anything you want to say, I can stop it, the whole 9 yards. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Thank you all for being here. Everybody in the chat room, thank you for being here. Black Anonymous, RY, Black Votron, anybody that I have not called out, no disrespect to you. I'm just trying to stay focused on the program. We got Nikki Love. We got Francis Daniel in the house. Barbie Girl Tina. We got Malik Stone in the house. I think this is Globally Black. Brother Yaupo in the house. Queen Wisdom is in the house. Tawika Amama is in the house, if I'm saying that correct. If I'm not, I'm sorry, sister. We got Brown in the house. No Nonsense. Dr. Reese J in the house. The Real Aaron Collins. Incredible Hawk is in the house. And there might be other people that I missed. I'll try to do my best to get to people. We got Jamaica YouTube TV in the house. Love is just here. And it's your boy was in the house. Thank you for being here as well. I missed you. Carolina Dukes is in the house. No Nonsense. Back to the basics. Queen Abby is in the house. We got my sister Chris C. We got Chris CCC in the house. Thank you for being here. RY. Reginald Lovely is in the house. DG is in the house. We got my man Holips is in the house. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you here. Erica is in the house. Erica R. Hatcherson. Tiffany. People are just coming in, and I appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure you share the video. Now, let's get right to it. Let's not beat no bones about it, and let's get right to it.
Information is power.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the cafe. Is there anything you want to say about the cafe, brother, again?
Yeah, for this, I know there were multiple videos where he spoke about ideas of, what the first, second, and third floor could be potentially. And once again, it more in the grandiose perspective. So it was just more so, once again, about showing people not necessarily how easy it could be done, but what could be accomplished if you put your vision to work with a team.
Okay.
Because that's how we all need to move moving forward. And once again, these are all on a public
There go Brother Honors.
So, yeah.
I love that part.
Yeah, these are all on a public platform, so it's not nothing that he can't still utilize to date. So once again, it's not about hate. It's just about showing and try to provide some form of accountability moving forward. What I'm not going to stand for is, still being called coons and we're not helping and we're not providing access, or we don't have the intellectual capacity to provide these services. So, for me, the biggest thing is showing that there are people that can show up to do the work. Doing the work isn't necessarily painting. an office or a gym, doing the work is putting together the estimates and having the preparation to get the best costs for those items to be provided in a professional and efficient manner. So it's more so about the mindset moving forward, the standard that we set for ourselves, and the standard that we all need to strive for when it comes to Black excellence.
Okay, my brother. Now, let's go into one of my favorite ones that you put together. And everybody in the chat room, if you're enjoying the program, put a 1 in the chat room. If you're getting some quality out of this stream today, I want you all to definitely put a 1 in the chat room. Let's see some ones if you feel you're getting quality out of this stream and that you're getting information that you may not have known before. And if you know this, that it is actually added an enhancement because we have brother Marlon Mack on with us to break it down for us properly. I want everybody out there to put a 1 if you feel you're getting some quality out of this stream. I appreciate that. And once again, don't forget that this is about truth.
Tell the truth.
This is the Information Man Show. Definitely, if you can, subscribe, because I would definitely love that. Most definitely, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you. Now, let's go back. Bring the brother back on here. Let's go into the other video. The third one. This is the one that's really exciting. Now, we know that Dr. Umar Johnson spends a lot of time in the gym, Brother Mack. What is your impressions, before I show this, of why he only spends time in the gym? You notice he only gravitates towards the gym. What is your impression of that? What are your thoughts?
I believe it's the simplest space to make it look like you're doing something without actually having to perform detailed work. So of course the gym itself is just an open space. So if you paint the walls, it looks like there's progression. But if you were to go closer to those walls, was there any mold there? Do you need mold remediation? Those are the aspects of the build out that are important to me. Just looking at the buildings, I can see the structural cracks on the outside. I'm not sure if the proper protocol would be taken to fix those things. And I believe that it wasn't, as we still see that bump in the floor from the water damage. So it's just a smoke screen. It's just a show at this point. But yeah, the gym is the easiest place to show progression to a certain degree through painting. The offices are very small. So even with the carpet and, any minor renovation scopes, you can show, subtle progress through those things. Now, the funny thing is, with offices that small, you still should be able to paint all 3 of those offices in one day. I painted households in a day. So even the lack of efficiency when it comes to painting an office is very off-putting and unsettling to see how long that's taking. So yeah, I think it was just the easiest space to make it look like there was progress. And I believe that's why it was chosen. I definitely would have started with the other gym, did everything. I wouldn't even focused on the smaller building. I would have focused on the high school with the larger gym because you would actually be able to utilize that for a lot more things than that smaller gym can be utilized for. So in all aspects, I believe, kind of as Lord Jamar was speaking on, you're not necessarily educated, or your strong suits aren't in making the decisions that you can apply in the best way regarding this school. And it's still holding true today, between that and putting signs in the area. He's just not showing a progression that's necessary to say that he's responsible enough to run a school. Wow.
Man, we're going to get into that video. I thank you for that statement, because I think that he's using the outside yard. He's using the gym, because the gym is really the best part of the whole school in terms of its condition. And like you said, it gives the illusion that he's building a school, that there's work that's being done. And you're right. You can paint what he's been painting over there with a crew of people within a day. But the thing that also disturbs me is that Dr. Umar Johnson, I don't see very many men around him, brother. What I do see around him is mostly women. I don't see too many men that are gravitated towards his movement. There are some that are out there, but the majority of the people that you see that are up there at the school painting walls and what have you are either women or older women, not a lot of young guys up there. So that tells you that a lot of brothers have cut loose with following Dr. Umar Johnson. Matter of fact, he's not getting the same crowds that he gets when he goes out for his book signing, when he goes to speak at different places. You don't see big crowds like he once had before, because I think the clock is running out on Umar Johnson, unfortunately, especially if he doesn't get this project off the ground. Somebody gave me a super chat. I think it was, let me see. We got Pan African Strikes Back, who gave me a super chat. He said, Brother Mack should be able to get a school rolling in no time with all the experience, impressive resume. So why hasn't he done it? Easy to criticize. This is what he's saying. It's easy to criticize. Why hasn't he done it? Just so you know, Pan African, Brother Strikes Back, and peace to you. This is a brother that followed Dr. Umar Johnson. This is not just somebody that's criticizing for the sake of criticizing. This is a brother who actually presented him with a website, which he did not take to, as well as a visual plan for how the school could look. He tried to make contact with Dr. Umar Johnson. He's been a follower of Dr. Umar Johnson, brother. So this brother is not just some brother who's sitting up here criticizing. He tried to get involved with the project. Many times black people will tell you, well, why don't you get involved? Just like I've been on platforms with black folks, and I'll say, hey, why don't you get involved in an organization that works with black boys? If you can't do it physically, donate to an organization. And then it gets as quiet as a rat pissing on cotton, because nobody wants to really get involved. But it's easy for you to criticize people who say they got a problem with Umar. I donated to Umar before I even became a content creator. And I feel that he's not living up to his words. He's blaming black people while at the same time refusing. And I've got videos you haven't even seen yet, or maybe you have, that will further expose him, because there's other people who wanted to work on his HVAC, and he led them down a rabbit hole where he was communicating with them and they were ready to go, and he didn't do any damn thing. Oh, by the way, there was a black man who was willing to give him land. He had land to give him land for free to build the school from scratch. And he did what? He bingled that situation and ran away from those folks. Many other people that he scammed and that have reached out to him, just like this brother Mack has reached out to him, and to no avail, Dr. Umar Johnson has not taken the help that black people have offered him. So this a notion that black people are not offering him help is bullshit. Pure bullshit. Simple as that. This brother has offered his skills. No, everybody is not a builder of a school. Not everybody is an educator. He's staying in his lane. He's a designer. See, everybody has to be in their lane to do what they want. There are going to be black people who have the vision to build a school. Then there are black people who have the contracting license, the HVAC license. Then there are the black people that are teachers, nurses. Everybody plays their role in what they do. Not everybody's going to try to build a school. But since we entrusted money in Dr. Umar Johnson since 2009, it ain't been 6 years, it's been since 2009, while he's getting on social media with his shirt off inappropriately, talking about little girls, talking about nasty cookies of little girls. And let me tell you why Dr. Umar Johnson hasn't been teaching in a school lately or teaching as an evaluator, as a therapist, because he got kicked out of the school system in Philadelphia for misdiagnosing black children. Did you know that? Huh? That's why he's not teaching anywhere. That's why he's not evaluating anywhere. He's telling you that he has the answer to help our black kids, but yet he lost his job in Philadelphia because he was misdiagnosing black children, and he got walked out with his belongings. Now go figure, no, go research that one. That's facts. Sorry about my tirade, but you know, people start talking and sometimes they don't have their facts right. And let me just go here with the super chat music and celebration, and we go right back to the last video. And here we go.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, wet. Tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, wet. Tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely, turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check, no drip this.
Thank you for the super chat.
No sleep, no.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the super chat. Let's come back over here and get this going again. My guest again is Brother Mack. Marlon Mack is in the house. And let me put this back up here again, bring this brother back in the house. And, you know, Brother Marlon, I know I was on a tirade there, but the reason why I said what I said is because every black person has a role to play. Not every black person is equipped or able to put the school together. Not every black person is going to have the ability to raise the money. The reason why Dr. Umar Johnson was able to raise that money is because he's a charismatic figure. People believed in him. He had the gift of gab. He said he's a psychologist. He's worked with kids. That's what he told us. He was on the Hidden Colors films with Tariq. He's spoken. He has said things that resonate with us, and we believed in him. That's why he was able to raise that money. Me and you, we may not have that type of following where we could raise that type of capital, but you know what we could do? If I have a skill, like I'm a therapist, so therefore I could definitely present my services to any black man and woman who wants to open up a school and may need a therapist in that school, or may need someone to create a vision like you did. Now, with that said, let's go into the next video. And if once again, if you want me to stop this at any time, this is the gym. This is the gym vision, and here we go. And there we go, folks. That's the gym. And once again, this is a spoof off of what would have been on the building. Let me just stop this right here. Okay, I'm going to play this right here. That's getting ready to go into the gym. Right, let me stop that right there. That's a spoof that Brother Mack put on there. But as you know, the real logo that would have been on there had Dr. Umar Johnson been willing enough. And I know Brother Pan-African Strikes Back, I know why you feel some kind of way, because you're Pan-African yourself. Dr. Umar Johnson is Pan-African. I understand that there's a kingship that you have for the brother, possibly, maybe I'm wrong. So I get where you're coming from. It's about not tear a brother down. We have not been we're not trying to tear Dr. Umar Johnson down. We're simply saying, I'm presenting today people who have offered him to help him, and he's failed to take their help. This brother I have on live with me offered, and he did not take the help. And there's other people, and I'm going to show those videos to make my point home. I understand that Dr. Umar Johnson is Pan-African. You're Pan-African. So you want to stick up for your Pan-African brother. You want to say, hey, I don't want y'all guys to throw him under the bus. I said it earlier in the show. I want Dr. Umar Johnson to be successful from the time that I was donating to him. But I've woken up to the fact that I think that he's not doing well in this project. And he's refusing to take help from people that have offered him help. He spit all over Lord Jamar, who was trying to offer him help from his father-in-law, who has expertise in putting a school together. And Umar Johnson spent too much time talking about, I'm not building that school. Well, Lord Jamar said, well, you may not be building the school he's building, but he has the expertise in the concept. While Dr. Umar Johnson goes on about how he's got all these doctors and people, but we never see these people. So that's what the logo would have been on the wall. But Dr. Umar Johnson blew an opportunity here. Let's play the video now. And let me go back over to Brother Mack. He might want to say something, and I think nobody can hear you right now, Mack. Let me turn your mic on. Sorry about that. All right, Brother Mack. You're on. Your mic is hot.
Yeah, one thing I do want to say, because I kind of mentioned this before, where people will get into the, well, if you don't have the money, or why would you do this, and not criticize. One thing I think is missing from Dr. Umar and even this brother, when it comes to whether being Pan African or just a man, is accountability. Um, it seems as though that we want to kind of whitewash the accountability aspect away. Um, we want to continue to see this brother go in the wrong direction. And my thing is, if there's a right direction, why not right that wrong? If I see a kid walking in the street, I could say, well, don't try to get that kid out the street. Let that kid be a kid. It's a parallel to Dr. Umar, just letting him do what he do. Or I can say, hey, you might want to walk on the sidewalk, get out the street. That's accountability. You shouldn't be walking in the street. Accountability is you shouldn't be asking for money if you don't have a plan. So as far as criticizing, I didn't criticize. What I did was spend approximately 125 man hours providing something that he could have utilized.
Look at
that
the
most people would
detail.
charge
Wow.
15 to $25,000 for. So if you want to consider that or parallel that to a donation, you can say I gave him a $15,000 to $25,000 donation with the work that I would provide at pro bono.
Right.
So
Let's
I'm
say
not
this,
even
brother.
in a position to criticize because I put the work forward. He
Right.
can still utilize this if
Right.
his ego were to get out the way. What
Well,
I would
go ahead, Marlon.
is
Marlon,
that don't
Marlon,
help.
go ahead, brother.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the day that Brother Umar stop saying that black people don't help, that we don't help each other, that we don't donate, and he stops yelling at people, maybe there won't be a necessity to hold them accountable. But if he's still going to utilize his platform to say that people aren't there to help, use his platform to say that other cultures would do it and we're the only ones that won't do it, I'm not standing for that. So that's what this is about. So if you feel the need, hold him accountable, tell him to stop doing that until he gets his shit together.
Let me say this, brother. Once again, brother, let me just say this once again. We have a situation, and I'm showing you this design, the renderings, and let me play this back. Look at the damn attention to detail. Let's go back to this. Look at this. This is attention to detail that this brother put time and effort to present this presentation to Dr. Umar Johnson. So for anyone to say, well, why don't you build your own school? Wait a minute. First of all, no man is an island to himself. You need help. This brother has donated more than enough to Dr. Umar Johnson by trying to present this presentation to him in clear detail, graphical detail. And when you build something, you have to have a visual plan to go along with the intellectual plan to put it all together. And you need many people that wear different hats to help you. So this brother Mack's talents may not necessarily be for him to build a school by himself, but he's putting his talents to helping a brother who he believes might be the man to bring this. Look at the damn detail. You got even the website that he created for Umar on the damn computer. Look at this. Let's play this real quick. Look at this. This is incredible. Incredible detail. The basketball. This is in the gym area. And how long did it take you to put this together, Brother Mack? How long did it take you to put together all of this, the gym design? Just remind people how long it took you to do this.
Yeah, approximately 25 hours.
So that's out of your personal life, out of your professional time?
Out of the personal and professional. And like I said, there are certain people that say, hey, don't waste your time, don't waste your skills on somebody not willing to listen. I need people to understand, and what I spoke about earlier, it's bigger than me. This is about setting a standard for Black excellence. I may not build a school. I know builders personally.
Right.
I may not need to build a school now, but I do know that I will be able to put together a team that could do that. And it's more so about setting a standard. So when people want to build schools, if people have an idea, they can reflect back to this and say, this is a standard for me to utilize to crowdfund, to crowdsource, to get donations, to get venture capitalists, to get investors involved. This is the basic necessity: a nice website with some projections. If I can afford it, some type of renderings to lay out my vision so it's clear for either crowdfund, for family members, for banks, for schools, whoever it may be. This is just setting a standard of what Black excellence should be moving forward. We can even take Dr. Umar out of it. Just anybody with an idea, say, this is the standard. This is how I should approach my people, whether Pan-African, whatever you identify as. This is the basic standard for us to get the work done. This is bigger than Dr. Umar. He's just the person that didn't accept it. All
right. Let me say this. Pan-Africanism strikes back. I hear what you're saying, brother. You said that you said start a project. I get what you're saying, that if we don't like what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing, that we should start our own project. There are a lot of people in this chat room and people listening from afar that are involved in the community. I myself have been involved in my organization of sending black young men and young ladies to college, mentor. I've been involved in mentor programs. I've been on the hard streets of the ground streets, working with youth. So I'm no stranger to wanting to roll up my hands, roll up my sleeves, let me say, and get involved. Like I said, I believe in what the brother is doing. I'm a supporter of George Makeham's Urban Nerds Worldwide. I support that. I support what Brother Q Butter is doing with his program. So whenever I see black men that are doing something that maybe I don't have or have the skills to do in terms of put a school together, I'll support them. If Umar Johnson opens his school up and fools us all and has the last laugh, and I do mean has the last laugh. Here we go again. Has the last laugh. I'll be the first to donate money to support that. I support organizations where black people are doing something that maybe I can't physically do, but maybe I can volunteer my time. Maybe I can donate money to their nonprofit. I have done that and continue to do things like that. So when you talk about, brother, about start your own project, I'm a 52-year-old man. You can't tell me about starting projects. I've been involved in projects, working in the community over the years, mentoring, dealing with young kids. Matter of fact, in my profession, I deal with young brothers in the penal system, trying to help them get out of the penal system, counseling them, talking black men out of committing suicide, brother. So just because we're on YouTube, don't think that this YouTube is my damn job. In my real life, I'm doing some things in real life. Don't be fooled. Don't get caught up in Dr. Umar Johnson calling us YouTubians. No, I'm more than a YouTubian, right? So all of us, including you, brother, we're all doing something on ground level. We might be in a leadership position, or we might be following someone. We might be donating. We might be taking of our free time to work with kids on the pavement. We're all doing something. So when you say handle a project, I've been involved in projects. That's why I know that what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing is not kosher, because I actually know people through my organization who run school programs, tutorial programs, mentoring programs with youth. I got hundreds and millions of brothers across the country that I could tap in through my organization that have these kind of projects going. So I have a lot of respect for you. Pan-Africanism strikes back. I have a lot of respect for you. I've been on panels with you, with Brother Dynas, so I do respect you. We might have a little difference of opinion as it relates to Umar, and that's okay. Let me say shout out to Jay Sean for super chatting me. There was somebody who super chatted me. I believe it was a sister, and I'm sorry if I missed your super chat. I'm sorry if I missed anybody's super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
I appreciate you if you super chatted me. What's going on, Natural? Let me see. Did I miss anybody? If I missed anybody, I apologize. Now, let's go back over to Brother Mack with the time that we have left. I want to say, first of all, that the gym that you created was, in my opinion, incredible. The gym looked fantastic. The design is fantastic. Let me finish it let me finish what we might have not finished of that gym. And then let me see. Where did we go? Where did we go? Where did we go? Oh, here we go. Here we go, right here. And here we go. So there, once again, he's got a actual black man in the room working. There go honors in there. This is funny to me when I see honors inside there like that. And that's the inner working. You got the detail. You got the beautiful red, black, and green. We're going right back into the gym. through the door. And that's it for that video. That's one of the visuals from brother Marlon Mack.
And I don't know, am I on?
Yes, you're on, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and even with the gym, if you just take the time to dissect it, is the paint is broken down into 4 colors.
Well, let me put that
there's
back
a
on
vinyl
here.
banner. There's a vinyl visual banner running around it to give it give some additional I say excellence, or give some visuals that show a timeline of your Nat Turners, having your Marcus Garveys, showing some elements of Pan-Africanism. So if it needed to be utilized as a community.
Okay, let me go back over here, brother. Let you finish saying what you're saying. I'm gonna turn your mic on. There we go. Sorry about that. Let me bring this back.
No problem.
Continue saying what you're saying while I show them it again. Here we go.
Yeah, I was saying I just utilized basically 4 colors, the red, black, and green, and then a gray. There was a vinyl banner element that could be used as a educational tool, also as a nice aesthetic visual. So this gym could be used as not only as a gym, but a multi-purpose community center that could also provide certain services. So once again, these are the elements that just need to be thought out. If you have a team, you can talk about these things and think things through. I'm not saying the paint and color scheme that he's utilizing right now isn't going to work for him, but once again, it's just about understanding the overall visuals that you're looking for, and being able to display and utilize tools to get that vision to your donors, to your to the people that you want money from. And one thing I do want to say about donors itself. I'm not the biggest fan of donations when it comes to commercial projects. I believe the proper word would be investors.
Okay.
I believe saying donations and people to donate to this, he's trying to take away the fiduciary responsibility and obligation. But the thing is, even if I donate, there's still going to be a mental responsibility that's going to happen. If I donate to a church, the basketball team in a church for jerseys, and it's 2 years later and you say, hey, I have some socks, I'm still going to ask a question, regardless if I donate or I invest. So once again, it's about elevating the mindset. If we're kings and queens, Pan-African or not, we have to elevate the standard that we communicate within ourselves, that we provide to ourselves, that we project to ourselves, that we present to ourselves. This is about elevating the mindset, elevating the standard that we present and provide to each other. So even at the lowest level, this is about elevation. It's not about me personally. It's not about Umar. It's about elevation and how we can do better.
All right, brother. Definitely well said. Let me come back over here and let me ask you this real quick. What kind of time do you have left? Because I've got a few more videos, which are Brother Honors breaking down some things to add further to Dr. Umar Johnson not wanting to take the help that black people are offering him. I have about 3 other videos. They're short videos. The longest video of the 3 is 6 minutes, while the other videos are like 3 to 2 minutes. I got a 3-minute video, 2-minute video, but I all have them in order, starting with the longest video. If you would like to stay on with me through those videos and have any further discussion, you're more than welcome. But if you don't have the time, brother, I more than understand if you have to step off of the platform at this time. Out of respect, I just want to be respectful of your time. Okay.
No, I have 15 minutes is should be able to get through the videos.
All right, because I know Honors is going to go on at 4:30, so we're right. It's 3:59 here in the West Coast. He's going, so we're right within good time of everything right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me play the other video. For those of you naysayers out there, who say that Dr. Umar Johnson is being hated on by black people, he's being relegated, he's got attractors, and that y'all just need to get on board and help this man, I'm here to give you a second thought. There are black people trying to help him, and I've got video evidence to prove it to you. That's going to knock your socks off. And I want to say shout out to Brother Honors, because he provided this on his show, and I took a few clips for you all to be able to see exactly what I'm talking about on the Information Man show, to drive home the points of what I'm talking about here. So with that said, let me get ready to open this up right now. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Information is power. You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Here comes the breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Information is power.
All right, here we go. Started collecting donations in 2015, but the truth, no transparency. I must also add that Umar Johnson has stated that he started collecting donations in 2015. But the truth of the matter is that Umar Johnson has been collecting donations since at least 2009.
I just want to go on the record to tell my truth about Mr. Johnson and how I was defrauded by him for $200 back in 2009. The school thing came up, and I was like, you know what? That's really what we need. Like, we do need our own school. Like, our boys need that. Like, our young men need that. So like I said, this was in 2009. And he was campaigning for his school then. So what, 4 years, 5 years? No. I gave him $200 in 2009.
Many more people have spoken about donating to Umar Johnson's school project. A recent YouTube comment reads, "Damn amazing. I will admit, I was hyped about the FDMG and donated in support back in 2009, 2010. Scammed." Not only has Umar Johnson been collecting donations since at least 2009, he has also consistently rejected supporters who offered him free help, free labor, and free services that Umar Johnson could have used to open a school years ago.
My father owns a shitload of land, like acres. I don't know the actual acreage, whatever. Anywho, it's air property, meaning it can never be sold. No one can ever sell it. It only can be passed down through family. But it's tons of land there. So my uncle was like, hey, I will give this man as much land as he wants. This is a great idea. Like, it's already farmed, it's already water systems, propane, farm. And my uncle told him, like, hey, you know, I'll give you a 100-year lease. Meaning you can do whatever you want to do. And my uncle was actually going to donate, like, labor and stuff, like, whatever needs to be fixed up, because he's a contractor. They exchanged messages from 2009 to, I want to say, 2010. They went back and forth for months, and then they were supposed to meet up. And every time they were supposed to meet up and actually go down to see the property, see what needed to be done, see what he needed, it was always an excuse from Umar Johnson. Oh, I'm out of the country. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I have this. Always an excuse. It got to the point where he just stopped replying to messages from my uncle, like, altogether. Fast forward, now you're at the St. Paul's College, and now you have, like, this big fundraiser, when you could have had as much acres, much land, the houses, if you wanted, that were already there. Like, those could have been, like, turned into, like, residential homes for the staff. So you were getting all of that for free, but you need $2 million to buy a school. My uncle was like, hey, this guy is a scammer. He is not real. He is not serious. You know that my uncle was giving you all that land to do whatever you wanted to do, to build whatever you wanted to build. You could have had a school in 2011.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, peace. Welcome to the Information Man Show, baby.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe.
Tell the
to his
truth.
Thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, what Dr. Umar Johnson has been doing is no laughing matter. It's no laughing matter. That's another example of someone who offered him land, and yet he turned it down. Now, on the poll that I put out earlier since yesterday, we got 13% of people believe that the school would become a reality, where we have 87% right now. It's been fluctuating up and down. 87% say no, that that they don't think it's going to open. So we got to see how this all going to play out. Like I said earlier, I would love for this to become a reality, but at the rate that it's going right now, Umar Johnson is not going to be successful with this project as long as he continues to refuse help from people who want to give him help. You can't do everything by yourself. You're not a one-man show. None of us are on an island to ourselves. We have to have people help us. The problem, what happens to us, is when you engage in what I would like to call narcissistic personality. You want to take on everything yourself because you want to control everything and get all the glory. This can't be a project like that. You have to take in help where help is offered to you. And that's what Brother Marlon Mack attempted to do with Dr. Umar Johnson, to no avail. Let me go into another video before I bring Brother Mack on, because I want to get his opinions about these videos. This is the second to the last video, to the third video, which will be the last that I'm going to show today, once again by courtesy of Brother Honors. And if he's out there, peace to him, nothing but respect to you. And everybody that's coming to the chat room, let me give you all a clap, because I really appreciate you all taking the time out of your schedule to join the Information Man Show, and I appreciate that. Let me say shout out to G Money, Back to the Basics. I think I saw a Game Changer in there. He said 30% people saying no, but there's a lot more people that are saying no to this than meets the eye. R&Y is in the house. Lisa Johnson's in the house. Black Voltron. Many people have come in. Lady Leg 75 has come in. Matter of fact, let me look at my other system here. I don't need to turn my head, look at my computer that I got over here when I can see. We got Tiffany Jackson saying, Umar. Let me put what she's saying up on the screen real quick. So let's see what we got here. We got Umar is a good example of the truth. That's not every vision is executed. Okay. And let me see. G Money is saying, I'm crying right now. Okay, G Money. Shabazz is in the house. Shabazz is in the house. And let me see. This is Ann. Ann of Yah is in the house. Peace to you. We've got Tanya in the house. Tanya BKA is in the house. There that go. Peace to you. Once again, I'm going to go to, we got Lady Leg 75 saying hit the likes and share the video. I know Lady Legs from Brother Sanchez camp over there. He's got a great channel. Check him out too. I go over there and get involved in some of his on-panel debates and things of that nature. Let me see. We got Patricia Murray saying the school is one thing, but the person is another. What value will this gentleman be instilling in the youth? That's a very good question. What value would he bring? We got Lady Brown in the house here saying, Q Butter for all you have done for our children. Yeah, Q Butter. If he's in the chat room, let me say peace to him. Q Butter has an educational institute, and check this out. Dr. Umar Johnson had the audacity. He had the thunderous nerve. He had the thunderous nerve to try to try to like clap back at Q Butter, talking about I'm trying to build a school. Q Butter ain't got no real. Q Butter's doing the goddamn thing. I don't care how big his institute is, how small it is. Q Butter is doing the damn thing while Umar is spending all of his time telling you hit the Cash App, but he gives you no tangibles. And then the question you have to ask, and Brother Mack asked this question: where are the kids going to sleep? He has a school in a bad neighborhood. If you go and read the environmental impact report, he has a school in a browning community, meaning it has toxins in the soil. They believe that the water may not be that fit as well. Why would he buy a school for black boys in a area that's like leading what, 6th or 4th in crime in the country? On top of the fact that the environment is poisoned, the buildings are in bad shape, and he may not even be able to get a license or permit to open that school because it has to pass inspection. And yet you have black people offering help to help him, and yet he has been refusing it. What's really going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's really going on? Let me see. We got GQ in the house saying salute. Saying salute to you. We got Francis Danielle still in the house. We got Wayward Soul is in the house. We got some chick named Star that's in the house. I saw you there earlier. And we got my man Perspective who's still hanging around. And I appreciate that. He says, another note, just turn them ribs and grill. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, he might have that little get together that he's going to have. He may just end up having that, but that doesn't necessarily mean a school is coming, folks. It doesn't mean that. She's giving me a clap right now. We got decline management in the house saying this: it would be much cheaper to buy a school, a board seats, than use tax money to push your curriculum. Look, Umar Johnson kind of laughed at the idea of having online education. Right now, with this whole virus that we went through, Umar Johnson could be very successful with pushing the idea of having online school. I don't know why he didn't just go with that. That would have been very powerful, in my opinion, of course. And, you know, it's just my opinion. No hate on anybody. We got brother Rob is in the house. We got Umar only wants cash. He has no intention on opening up a school. First to left and rhythm and flow down the Nile. That's a nice name. We got Brother Rob is in the house. And see, this is the thing. Brother Rob right here, I'm going to put on the screen. Brother Rob is an educator in Chicago. He says this: I teach history, education at a black first school. He put the Facebook in there for that. Brother Yapo has come back in, and he's saying there's one thing for sure after this live. I am now officially listed in the Book of Negro. Yeah, we're all a part of the Book of Negro. Guess what? I don't really care, because I'm not going to follow a man who is has power. Now, there's another thing, too. If you look at Umar Johnson on his videos, I can only go by my experience. I work with guys and I deal with guys who are drug addicts. And you can always look at whether you can tell a person is on drugs based on their tweaking behavior, based on how their eyes look, all those sort of things. Because, you know, the old saying is that the eyes are the window to the soul, ladies and gentlemen. The eyes are the window to the soul. And so when you look at Umar Johnson, he does not look healthy. He's gained a lot of weight over the years. He doesn't look well kept as he used to look. He doesn't even wear those Marcus Garvey suits that he used to wear. He would wear the suits and he would be very suited and booted. What happened to the suited and booted style of Umar Johnson? It's gone right down the drain. Blacksit Buttercup says, let's be mindful of Marlon Mack's time. Yes, let's be mindful. Let me get back over here. And he's still on here with me. He said he has some time. Let me go into the other video. Thank you for that statement that you made. I just want to give a little respect to the chat room and everything like that. So let's go right ahead and go into the video, the next video right now. To be respectful of the brother's time is an excellent thing to say. I agree with it. And here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
People are
waking up. And the longer this school scam goes, more and more people will wake up. It's just a lot of people they're unaware of the history. They simply hear the rhetoric and what he says. And, they get kind of captivated by that. But if you look at the history of the different iterations of the school scam, you realize this has been going on for over 11 years. That's a long time. That's a really long time. And he's been collecting money since at least 2009. Okay. Thanks for the super chat. Okay, let's get back to there's another one I want to show you all. Okay. Here we go.
Dr. Umar Johnson, Jermaine Schmott, whatever. Block me.
On February 9th, 2019, Umar Johnson announced that he had acquired the abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. He also stated that the next phase of his school project was renovations.
So there's 3 stages in this process. There's acquisition, there's restoration, there's operations. I'm hoping somebody is watching this today. I'm hoping we have an electrician or someone who knows an electrician. I'm hoping we have a carpenter or someone who knows a carpenter. I'm hoping we have a licensed plumber or someone who knows a plumber. I'm hoping we have a roofer or someone who knows a roofer. I hope we have a painter or someone who knows a painter who's watching this, and they're going to say, hit up Dr. Umar and tell him that you are a licensed plumber. Tell him you are a licensed electrician. Tell him you are a licensed carpenter. Tell him you are a licensed painter. Tell him you are a licensed roofer and that you're going to come and fix the roof for free as long as he paid for the materials. Tell Dr. Umar you're going to come and rewire the whole school. He just got to pay for the material. Tell Dr. Umar you're going to come and do the whole plumbing system. You're going to fix anything wrong with the plumbing system. He just got to pay for the material. I'm hoping HVAC. I need HVAC. I need HVAC. I'm hoping somebody with HVAC will text me and say, Doc, I live in Philly. I live in Chester. I live in Delaware. I live in Maryland. I live in New York. I live in Connecticut, brother. I'm licensed. I will come down there and do your HVAC work. When can we get in the building, Doc?
On February 28th, 2020, I received the following email message. Brother, I wanted to send you an email about my recent experience contacting Dr. Umar. Now, before posting this information on your YouTube, I'm asking you to give him 1 week from today. I'm a plumber I work for a very reputable company. I decided to reach out to Dr. Umar via email. I can send you the conversation. I have a lot of HVAC friends and co-workers besides myself who are willing to go down to Delaware and get his plumbing and HVAC together at no charge. He just needs to buy the materials and get a local master plumber and HVAC tech to pull the permits and draw the isometrics prints. Umar asked when I could come to Delaware, and I said for the most part any time, but he has to secure the permits and materials. I have not heard back from him. I believe it's a scam. I'm willing to volunteer 1 week of my time with other licensed tradesmen to help him, and I don't think he is for real about opening a school. What do you think, bro? I responded saying, hello, brother. Please send me the conversation that you had with Umar when you can. I will tell you that there are plenty of professionals who have tried to help Umar. One brother offered to create the FDMG website for free. Umar ignored him. This was years ago, and Umar still does not have an FDMG website. The plumber then sent me the email conversation that he had with Umar Johnson. Dr. Johnson, I'm a plumber that lives in... I'm not telling how to run your school or business, but I've watched a few of your videos and I have an idea. You need a massive call to trades. The company I work for pays us 36 hours a year to volunteer our services. I would be more than happy to help you with the plumbing at your school. Second, I myself have thought about starting a plumbing school. Whenever you come back to We Can Build, this is my email, is my number. I know a lot of HVAC guys, obviously. However, you have to find a master in Delaware to pull the permits. Umar Johnson responded, I'm here today, brother. When can you come to Delaware and take a look? The plumber replied, wow, I really had no idea you were here. I can come to Delaware whenever for the most part. But here is the thing. Have been building my whole life for the most part. I know how it goes. Time is everything. If you can get a bro to draw up the isometrics of the buildings and get the materials, me and a couple of plumbers from here and call a few more to the cause, we can do it in a week. I have 36 hours volunteer time, 40 hours vacation time, and weekends after that. So the sooner you can get the drawings, I can bust a move down there. If I have to do the drawings, I would come on a weekend and then go back after the materials are in place. I get off at 6 p.m. today and live in. Umar Johnson did not reply, and the plumber sent another message to Umar. So I spoke to the company I work for about taking time off and a few HVAC guys. Do you have a property manager to let us in, or will you schedule us to come out in between cities on your tour? Let me know. I'm so tired of people talk mess about a bro who has a dream instead of trying to help you however they can. That's what's wrong with us now. We can't stand behind a bro or sis and help them, not hurt them. It takes all types. On March 6th, 2020, I sent the following email to the plumber. Did Umar Johnson ever contact you to make arrangements for you to go down to Delaware and look at the buildings? The following day, the plumber replied, no call, no email, no nothing. The plumber then sent another email stating, I'm so disappointed. I did want to believe, but he is a fraud. It's not my responsibility to call him and beg him to work on his dream for free. I offered because I wanted to help.
Don't step on the trail. Don't step on the trail. Tempo, tempo. Can you keep up with my tempo? Tempo. Yeah, blowing up, C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson on my tiptoes.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Blows the endo. Don't slip on the trail. Don't slip on the, don't slip on the, don't slip on the, don't slip on the trail. Don't slip on the trail.
Information is power. You are listening to Information
Tell the truth.
Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Information is power.
Umar Johnson, quote unquote, hires. And let's see what this guy says about what he thinks is going on up there. All right. So again, I won't play you won't see the video for the first part of it. Let me know if you can hear this.
Hey, what you about to clean it out?
Yeah.
Finally? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's gonna get done though?
I think it's gonna get done.
You sure?
It's supposed to, what y'all gonna do with it?
I don't know. The dude's supposed to be making a school.
Yeah, that's what we heard too. And then he's supposed to do something that building there too.
Yeah. But they said they're gonna tear him down.
No, they ain't gonna tear him down.
Nah.
They're gonna gut the rooms all out.
The dude that owned it, is he coming today?
He should be here today.
This shit been here for so long.
3 years, ain't it?
Nah, he owned it for like a year and a half now.
Yeah, but the school been empty for about 3 years.
Yeah.
I guess they on him, man, making him do something.
Yeah. Because it's been too long and he's collecting a lot of money from people.
He is?
Yeah, he's been collecting donations.
Get out of here.
Yeah, on the school for like 10 years.
Woo!
And he ain't done nothing with it yet.
It ain't did nothing. That big probably ain't got the money neither.
He ain't got the money. That's why I'm surprised to see you here.
Yeah, we here. They're waiting for the other ones to get here, man. They gonna start loading this here. Then we bring a dumpster in, man, and whatnot, and working with it.
I hope so, man, because there's a lot of... He been taking a lot of money, man. So...
Black guy?
Yeah. Supposed to be a doctor?
Whatever he's supposed to be, man. I think the shit's a scam myself.
Yeah,
Let's see what this...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for Mary Jane's TV Creations. Thank you for the super chat, my sister. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the super chat.
And I want to thank, who else came in? Anyone that sent me a super chat, I want to say I appreciate it 110%. You super chatting me. I appreciate it so much. Let me bring Brother Mack back on. It's been a minute since he's been on with me live, but let me bring him back to get his thoughts in summary as we get ready to conclude the interview and the program today. I want to thank everybody out there that's been rocking with me today. If you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe to the channel. Share the video on your social media. If you're a content creator, share the video. Anyone that I missed that was in the chat room today that I didn't see your name, I apologize. Sometimes you're going to miss people when you got a lot going on, but I try to do the best I can. Those of you that came over that are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for coming over and watching the video. If some of you have come over from Brother Honor's channel, thank you. All new subscribers, I love you, new subscribers. All my regular day ride and die individuals, love you too. And once again, a clap to you all.
Tell the truth.
All right, now it's time to bring Brother Marlon Mack back in. All right, brother, there we go. I know it's been a minute since I had you back in here because I was running through those videos and running through my little say-so. But as you looked at the collective of those videos, particularly the ones where you had people say that he was offered land, there were people that offered him HVAC help, the whole 9 yard, plumbing, electric, the whole 9 yard. What is your thoughts?
Ultimately, when you put those things together collectively, it just kind of points in the direction that the intent may not match the verbiage. It may not match the message that he's putting out. He's definitely receiving enough assistance and enough help. And ultimately, if he's trying to do it as a one-man show, my advice is get a team. Secondly, if you get a team, make sure that they're professional enough to vet the information. The issue he's having is vetting the information. He does respond to some emails, so there's some slipping through the cracks, but that's because there's a lack of a team. So the first thing is, get a team together, become more organized. In that way, that will dismiss a lot of the rhetoric where it comes to people not reaching out, people not helping. Once again, saying that if I were Mexican, the school would have been built. If I were this race, the school would have been built. Throw all that in the trash if you don't have a team that's able to vet the people properly, and you're able to vet them and respond to them. So my thing is, throw away the rhetoric. When you get your stuff together, you're vetting these people, and now you can say, I don't have the skilled people reaching out. That's a totally different conversation. So my ultimate thing is, he definitely doesn't have a team. And you can kind of see in his most recent videos where now he's having a team African. He's asking for a team to build a website, to, do a lot of the things that should be done. And it's not too late for them to be done for, this academy if it's going to occur. So it's still not too late for anything to be done. Can a school be built? Yes, it can still be built with some humility and turning everything around in the right direction and understanding that, like you said, you need a team. You can't be a one-man show when it comes to construction. If you want to be an orator and in public speak across the world, you can do that by yourself. What you're not going to do is build a school and keep it open through donations. That's not sustainable.
Let me ask you this question, brother. Have you seen any plan to date, an economic plan for how he would run the school from an economic point of view? Because I do remember a while back that Dr. Umar Johnson said that you will pay for the school. Because remember, he wanted, what was it, St. Paul's or whatever, one of those schools that had dormitories. His vision was having a school where the kids lived with him, or he did say something like this, they're going to live with me and not y'all because y'all trifling. He said that out of his own mouth. But he wanted a boarding school, and something happened with that school that I think was once controlled by, what was it, Frederick Douglass family, or it was something of that nature, I'm not sure. And it was a clip of it in the video that I showed today. And then he got away from that. The question with the school in Delaware, where are the kids going to sleep? You asked that question earlier. Where are they going to sleep? Where are they going to live? It's a very rough area. I got to be honest. I always thought that the idea was to get our kids out of rough environments and get them in a nurturing environment. But you're bringing them into an environment that has not only high violence, but it has high toxins in the area. If anybody wants to check this out for yourself, go do the research. Where those properties are, it's a browning area. I'm surprised. Matter of fact, before he purchased these buildings, the city of Delaware, I think Delaware was about to, they were going to tear them down. So that's a question that's always befuddled me. Why would he turn down people offering him land to buy this, which is going to cost massive amount of money? And let me bring you right back on. There you go, brother.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen a plan. And what's funny is if you actually type in the new Moyer Academy business plan, there's a PDF of their plan from 2011 that was approximately 100 pages long, as far as breaking down the projections for the amount of students they wanted to have, the projection of money, the way they would discipline kids. It was a full breakdown. It was a full business and school plan and curriculum showing how they wanted to operate the school. I haven't seen that from Brother Umar, Dr. Umar. I did see a video where he kind of ran through a curriculum, but there's still not a PDF of that as well, which could all be on the website if he was professional in providing that information. So I've seen plans. I've seen a lot of school plans, but I haven't seen one for him. If I were to ask him for one, he would say, have you donated? So, I mean, maybe his donators have seen one. I haven't seen one to date. So if you don't have a business plan, you don't have updated drawings, to reflect certain things, like the plumber was talking about, isometric drawings or your one-line diagram. Those need to be provided and approved before. So it's A to Z as far as what it would take to get done, what it would take to actually become operational, which is also another 4 to 6 month process, or even more with the accreditation process. So all the elements are kind of pointing towards, grandiose ideas without the skill set or the strong suit to actually get it done. So right now, it can be corrected if you have a professional team come in and kind of advise on the right way to correct these wrongs. But without that, it's just a money pit, just throwing your money into an abyss. So, hopefully, he can have, the right people around him to try to correct that. But if not, like I said, it's pretty dumb.
All right, brother, let me ask you real quick before we end this. Let everybody know where, if you feel comfortable, let everybody know where they can find you on social media. Remind people of your expertise, your skill set, where they can find you if they want any renderings for their own business, future businesses, or their existing structures that they would like a design for, whether it be a house, a district, a commercial business. Let everybody know once again where they can find you.
Yeah, once again, my name is Marlon Mack. If you want to find me, you can definitely go to www.themacportfolio.com. Feel free to email me at mmack, M as in Mary, ACK at the Mac Portfolio, as seen on the screen. For any projects that you're interested in, for the people viewing, I would like you to go to my website. There is a donate page, and with that, you have the Affluent Black Initiative, which is the section of pro bono work that I like to do. I like to offer 1 to 2 projects a month that will be raffled off to see if I can provide some pro bono assistance. With that, I am looking for donations, Cash Apps, the PayPal link, which is also on there, in which you actually will see the work that's being done. I have had some clientele from Lennon Honors, a program where people have seen that video, have come to me, and I am providing the work. We like to speak about the work, so I am providing the work for that. So yeah, if you have ideas, there's a lot of times people hit me saying, hey, well, if you did your time with this, maybe you should do it for this organization. And I often ask, just send me an email with that information. If you know people or businesses that need my help, send me an email. And a lot of times I don't receive that email and the conversation stops right there. So, I'm definitely asking if you know a business, if you know businesses in a gentrified area, if you know people that can use some assistance, just contact me. So there's at least a conversation to see what I can do, how I can assist. If I know someone that can assist better and the proper resources to get the job done so we can thrive and we can achieve Black excellence. So once again, mmac at the Mac Portfolio is my email. On IG, it's at the Mac Portfolio, and my website is www.themacportfolio.com. I definitely appreciate everything. I appreciate the chat. I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. And once again, let's all strive for Black excellence and setting a higher standard for ourselves first.
I want to first say to you, brother, I want to thank you for being here. She says, that's A-Lady 747 said, you're a little shady. People like to have fun with us. This is, I don't think it was anything personal. We got the Prince of Pan-African Pancakes coming in the house. Peace to the tribal chief. The tribal chief has just come in. We got Votron is in the house. We got Black Anonymous. Let me see what they're saying before we end this, because I know people want to go over to Brother Honors right now, is doing a live right now, and I don't want anybody to miss it. It's about 4:39, so he's probably starting now or maybe getting ready to go live any minute. I'm sure he's been watching us today, so he's been gauging everything. We got Black Anonymous who says this: I know donors who have asked for written plans and were blocked from Umar Johnson's social media. That's what Black Anonymous said. That is a damn shame. That is, let me say this. With all delivered special effects, that I say he gets a D and an F for that. It's terrible if he did that. It's terrible. Let me see who else we got in here. Let me get some people's messages in here if I can quickly. The chat room moves pretty fast. Lady 707, the government there wanted to money. The figure is someone was foolish enough to buy that property. They accepted the money. They don't care about anyone's health. Yeah, you know, that's a very good point. Let me ask you this, brother Marlon. Why would the city sell Umar that property? Let me take that off the screen. If the property does have legitimate issues, what is, in your experience, why would they sell him property like that? If you, I mean,
I think so. There are still soil treatment programs. There are mold remediation, soil remediation programs. So there are things of that nature. If you're willing to put the money into it, that you can remediate some of those issues, either by elevating the property, like I said, treating the soil over a certain period of time. I mean, I did see that same person say, "Why would you provide plans for a property that's a Brownsville or in a Browning area?" Once again, what happened with this is it's more so the rhetoric that, one, Black people aren't willing to help. It's also the rhetoric that and so this is more so saying, hey, anybody that's looking to build a school that's not in a Brownsville area, this is how you need to present it to our people. This is how you need to present it if you want to crowdfund, if you want to collect donations. It's more so about setting a standard across the field. It just so happens that there's such a large platform that he has that he's utilizing this rhetoric for, that there has to be a higher level of accountability. Mm-hmm. You know, he has thousands of views on a daily basis. So if this message keeps getting out that we're not Black excellence, we're not willing to help, that's more detrimental to future people that have ideas and dreams that they need to get money for. So This is about getting rid of the excuses. Either you're going to build it or not. If you're not going to build it, then stop using the rhetoric that Black people aren't willing to help. Stop acting as if people haven't reached out. So I just wanted to touch base on that. It wasn't about, hey, we really need to create this school in a bad area. It's about, this is setting a standard for, if you really wanted this to happen, this is what you need to do in the future.
Okay.
But yeah, to answer the question, there are soil treatment programs, there are remediation programs for mold and soil and toxins that can be implemented to bring those areas up to code.
All right, let me say a big shout out if I can. Let me take over the screen here. And we've got the man that I was talking about. Q Butter is in the house. I appreciate you for coming over, brother Q Butter, because you are one of a few folks on these YouTube streets who is actually doing something tangibly in terms of the fact that you actually have a working program, an educational institute in which you are actually doing the damn thing, working with kids. And for that, I give you all deliberate speed and respect by clap.
Tell the truth.
This brother is doing it, brother Marlon. See, this is the thing. This is the thing, brother Mack. See, brother Q Butter, if you were to come to brother Q Butter and present something like that to give him a rendering to create something beautiful for his institute, I guarantee you that if Q Butter would be upright, he would work with you, he would be 100% on board. And matter of fact, if you contact him because he's personable, he would have got back to you and said, brother, those plans for the school that you created, the vision that you created is incredible. See, Q Butter would have been all over it. And so he's in the chat room right now. Everyone's giving him love because he's doing it. He's the man that Dr. Umar Johnson tried to throw shade at, as he continues to do like he did on Lord Jamal's show. I don't need no help. Nah, they not doing what I'm doing. See, brother, I'm doing something that ain't never been done. Well, you doing something that ain't never been done, and it may not never be done because you're not willing to have the open enough mind to let people assist you in the vision that you have, like yourself. It's a damn shame. And let me put this back up here next to me. See, I love this patch. The Frederick Douglass, FDMG, Marcus Garvey. It's a beautiful patch. But see, he designed a beautiful patch, but you designed a beautiful rendering for a school, which is really the vision that all of us at one point in time when we supported Umar Johnson, we really were behind. We were 100% behind him, and he has somehow lost his way. So I say shout out to Brother Q Butter as I put his message back up here. Q Butter's up here saying RY, thank you. Everybody support the brother. He's got a YouTube channel. Check out, he's got a website for his school, for his educational institute. You can give donations. Let me say shout out to Brother George Makem, who has Urban Nerds Worldwide in Philadelphia. Check him out. And many other people out there that are doing things across the country. See, this is the thing. We're giving someone like Umar Johnson all this money, but think what someone like Q Butter could do with that money. Think what someone like George Makem could have done with that money. Think what many black people, black men and black women could have done with that money, who really are about that life, had you gave them the damn money. But this is the reason why you gave Umar all that money, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get on y'all. And I said this in my first video. Black people, we are too caught up in Messiah complex. We're too caught up in personalities. Let me fix something real quick. Take that off of there. We're caught up in Messiah complexes. We like people who talk big, talk loud, say all the right things, put on the right type of spirit for us. We're caught up in Messiah. We're caught up in this one man, this one figure that's going to lead us to the promised land. We're caught up in symbolism. And Dr. Umar Johnson provides a lot of symbolism and a lot of Messiah complex. And when we talk about and expose people like him, then you got black people who are willing to make excuses for him. And that doesn't move our people forward. What you should be doing is examining those black men and women that are doing something tangible and you can see it, and they're not hiding the money. They're not hiding and not disclosing what they're doing. If you got people like that, give them your money, not someone who wants to hide behind the curtain and play clerk and dagger with you year after year, keep moving up the dates, keep saying he's going to come out with a book, and then the book doesn't come out for God knows how long because he's juicing your money. Brother Marlon Mack, you have any last or any great words before we end the program, brother, that you want to say to the people out there?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the opportunity. Like I said, for me, it's about, accountability. This just happens to be one person with a large platform that's using rhetoric that isn't positive towards our progression. So once again, let's elevate the standard for each other. In regard to the Q Butter, I'm definitely willing to team up with him and provide the pro bono work for any design scope he needs moving forward. So in Mac at the Mac portfolio, feel free to hit me up. So I'm officially saying it on here. Whatever you need, brother, let me know, and let's make something happen. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the chats. Once again, I appreciate the opportunity.
Let me say this. Let me just say this real quick. Brother D. Durrell has come into the chat room. I know someone timed him out, and I wish that I know D. Durrell. I've interviewed him. I've had him on the channel. We've talked about many things. He's also a therapist himself. Let me just say this. Whatever personal problems you have with people, please don't bring it to my channel. Whatever personal problems you may have or that you have with the person, I get it. Everybody's not perfect. But the one thing I can say about Q Butter is that you can say D. Durrell, if that's how you feel, brother, that he's suspect. And I don't know what dealings you've had with Q Butter, what the falling out is. I don't want to be a part of it because I'm not into drama. I'm not for drama on YouTube. I don't want to be a part of it. But what I would say to you respectfully, because I do respect you, Brother D. Durrell, because of what you do professionally and how you carry yourself, when I have been on board with you on my panels and when we had discussions, is that no matter what problems we have with people, this is the difference. Q Butter is actually working with kids. You can see it. He puts it on video. He films it. He's on video. You can actually see him working with kids in his institution, bringing kids out to program. You actually see it. Now, I know that you are a supporter of Dr. Umar Johnson, and that you can do whatever you want. Although I'm not a supporter of him anymore. I used to. But the difference is that right now, to me, Dr. Umar Johnson is more suspect than anybody because he's been taking money since 2009, and I've shown the receipts tonight, or I've shown the evidence of that. I got a black man on this panel right now with me, Brother Marlon Mack, who I showed you his designs, his rendering, his graphic designs, vision for the school, his website that he created for Dr. Umar Johnson, trying to communicate to Dr. Umar Johnson, of no avail, because Dr. Umar Johnson does not have an organization around him. He does not have a working order around him. He's got people offering him help, but he's refusing it, or he doesn't have a system to make proper contact with people. Or he's blocking people when they're asking him, hey, I thought you said you wanted help, and he blocks them. Dr. Umar Johnson, my dear brother, is the one who is suspect when you got black people offering to help him, like the brother that I have on this panel tonight. See, D. Darrell, you may not have been in my video early on when I showed you the graphics, the videos that this brother created for him. This brother created something incredible for him, and he just spit it in the wind. Didn't give a damn to get in contact with this brother. And he knows who he is. So here we got Q Butter, who you may have whatever difference you have with Q Butter, anybody in the chat room, Brother D. Darrell. I'm being respectful in what I'm saying, you D. Darrell. I'm not cussing at you. I'm not calling you out of your name. I'm being respectful here. You have the right to have your feeling about whoever you feel on these YouTube streets. But, my dear brother, what I'm saying is that I judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. I judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. Right now, Q Butter is bearing fruit because you can actually see him on camera with his kids. You can actually see him with the kids. He puts it on his camera on camera. George Macon does the same thing. And you know what's sad about this? Is that when these brothers do videos with their kids in the school, it don't get that many views. See, black folks on social media, black people who claim that we want to see black people doing the right thing, why don't these brothers get the views that they should get when they upload a video while they're working with kids? Those videos get little to no views. But when it's a controversial video, everybody's watching. Like this video I'm doing today is controversial, right? I got about what, 209 people watching? I had 370 people at one point in time, right? This gets a lot of views. But if I do a video where I'm in the school working with kids or something and I upload that or go live with it, I bet you it'll get very, very, very little views, because we say we want to see positive stuff, but when brothers present it to you, you don't support it. You don't support them, and you don't support that. So whatever differences that anybody has with anybody, I judge a person by their action. If he's saying he's working with kids and I see what he's doing, I salute that. If I got any other personal problems with him, I say, oh, I don't like that. So we all have the right to say, I don't like this about a person, but you can't take away from what they're doing over here. When it comes to Umar Johnson, I have a problem with him because he's been given money. He's been given money. He calls it donations, but really it should have been people. What do you call that, Brother Mack, again? Not calling it donations, but you should be calling it what again?
Oh, investments. You're investing in the future. You're not donating.
But when you use the word donate, that's a slick way to maneuver around people saying, hey, I've been scammed. Hey, I want my money back. Now people can say, wait a minute, you donated. No, it's a investment in a school that people have been waiting for since 2009, and Umar keeps moving the bar every year. And when you look at his videos, D. Darrell, you're a therapist. You should know this. You can look at people and tell that they're on a narcotic. You can look at their eyes. The eyes are the windows of the soul. You can look at people by their behavior. You can look at their behavior from a year ago, from a couple of months ago. I deal with guys in the system that I work with, in the system where I work, who are drug addicts. And you can see the metamorphosis of their personality changes when they're on drugs and when they're off of drugs. And all I'm going to say is that it appears like Dr. Umar Johnson may be under the influence of something. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to speculate that. I'm just going to say it appears to me looking at him and his behavior, when you go back and look at his previous videos compared to how he is now. He used to dress in suits. He used to talk a certain way. Now he gets very angry, very snappy fast, very emotional, very fast, only because people ask him questions. I have seen interviews, Brother Mack, where he has argued with women on the radio stations and interviews, asking him questions about what's the date when the school's going to open, about the money. He doesn't want anybody asking him about money, and people who support him will give excuses for it and say, well, it's because black people don't want to support him. That's bullshit. There are plenty of black people that have been trying to get in contact with him to help him, and either he ignores their contact request, either he doesn't get back to them, either he blocks them, or he never shows up for trying to get the project done. I have played the video to back that up today. You are an example of that right now. Before we end this, I know it's repetitive. For those who came in late, repeat what you told us earlier about what Dr. Umar Johnson did to you. We have to, because there's people coming in late. Oh, let me turn your mic on. Is your mic on?
Yeah,
there we go.
I provided a professional email to both of the emails that were provided on this website that he also mentioned, his personal Dr. Umar and the FDMG resume email. I received no response. And within the email, I provided renderings. I provided an overall synopsis of what I'm able to do, what I'm able to provide, and that I'm doing it at no cost. I also called the number for the school for 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks. No response. No one was manning the phone, and no call back. So, in essence, there isn't a team that's manning or vetting. Doesn't seem to be anyone control of the process, and there doesn't seem to be a team that could actually get the process done. So that's the story behind that. The work was done. The work was provided to see the way that we can present to each other, the standard that we can set for each other, and how we can progress moving forward. I do want to make one comment. There's a lot of people saying, hey, why don't we, instead of holding him accountable, why don't we hold other cultures accountable? And I can only relate that to growing up. My parents, they could have relied on the school system. They could have relied on other teachers or coaches to teach me the way, but they knew it was important for them to teach me first, to keep it within the household, for me to have respect, for me to know how to act before I went out the house. You can't rely on other people to get things done. So you have to hold, yourselves and what you can control accountable. And then once we do that, it's a lot easier to come together collectively and hold others accountable as well.
Very, very true. I'm just showing them a quick view of this real quick before we end this, because I know there's people who came in late and didn't see the beginning, and they're naysayers. They're saying, oh, y'all ain't talking about nothing. This brother created this as a visual rendering for Dr. Umar Johnson. And can you imagine how his donations would have went up? You probably would have got professional athletes, professional entertainers, and other well-known people, black politicians, whoever out there who might have wrote him a check to push this vision forward had he had this type of presentation to show people. This is outside the school. There go that rock that he'd be sitting on. This is outside the school. This is a breakdown of the rendering. Let me pop another one on here. This is just a quick summary. Here is, you saw the classroom. Here goes the gym. This is inside the gym. This is inside from outside the gym. This is the office. Look at that detail. Let me go right back here. There we go. This is the gym, folks. Check this out again. So this is what Brother Marlon Mack designed. And you see the spoof right there. That's where the real logo would have gone. But Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't contact people back to render help because he needs help. He needs a team. He's doing everything by himself, when if he really put a real team together, this brother would not have been ignored like he had. And this is the design for a gym, the gym that he has. Dr. Umar Johnson had a vision for a cafe. Let's put the cafe up here again and let you see that again. Let me let you see that again, folks. And here we go. This is the cafe. Umar Johnson says he wants a cafe. He designed the cafe on the school. So that's what the cafe would look like. Let's go inside that cafe. We're going up the stairs. I'm just moving it forward a little bit. They're going inside the cafe. So the brother designed this. That's what the cafe would look like according to the vision of Dr. Umar Johnson. And he put the vision together. And then, of course, putting this back up here again, I want to show you all the class inside the classroom. Look at this. This is what a classroom would look like under the design. And when you build commercial businesses, any type of businesses, any kind of structures like this, of this magnitude, these kind of projects, you have to give people a visual. You got a physical visual, but then you have your video visual, so that when you present this to people that would be donators or donors, they can see what the vision is, that they can see that, hey, I want this to become not only a video vision, but we want it to become reality. So that's why I just want to run through this as a summary, because I know there's somebody that's going to come in here and not watch it from the beginning and say that y'all just hating on Umar. This brother was not, Umar did not utilize this brother's skill set and many others. So let me just stop that right there and come right back over to you, brother, if I can. And there we go. You're right there. So I gave the summary again for people coming in late. And that's what it is, brother. I thank you for coming on the show, man, and spending time with me, man. I really do.
No problem. Definitely appreciate the opportunity once again.
I'll be in contact with you if there's anything else that happens. Folks, once again, let me put up your where you are. Stay right where you are, brother, because I want to put up once again your way they can contact you. So there it is, portfolios. I'm tongue-tied today, folks, so excuse the English. But there it is, the www.themacportfolio.com. So if you want to get in contact with him, and matter of fact, you know what I got to do before you leave? Let me let people see the other work that you've done before somebody says, oh, wait a minute, man, this guy, we don't even know if this guy is the real deal. Okay, let me show you that he's the real deal. And here we go right here, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. And here it is. Let me go back in here, and there we go. So this is what these are the things he designs: homes, buildings, apartment complexes, condos. He gives you the full vision of what your home or your apartment complex, your business could look like. Look, he even does the interior design. This is beautiful. I would love to live in a home like that. Right? Look at that. You got Ross over there. Look at that. Pool, fireplace. This is examples of what this brother does to create the vision, to bring it forth into reality. So this brother is not just some rinky-dink individual who was trying to contact Dr. Umar. This brother was trying to give Umar an incredible vision, and Dr. Umar just wasn't, I say he's just not organized. Let me say this again. Would you say that Dr. Umar Johnson just doesn't have a good organized system around him, right? He doesn't have a way to handle people contacting him.
Sorry,
even though
I can't write on your phone, but if you tell me, find my phone, I'll read it for you.
Let me, it was your phone. Would you say, brother, that he doesn't have a good system in place to be able to handle the fact that he's asking for donations? And he's also asking not only for donations, but he's asking repeatedly, saying that he needs HVAC, he needs plumbing, he needs all these things. But yet, I showed in my videos tonight that people have offered those services to him free of charge.
Yeah, I don't think that he doesn't have one. He doesn't allow it due to his ego, and it's his current lack of leadership to be able to have a team where they can formulate opinions that may be conflicting and work through those things. So it's not that he can't have a team; he chooses not to at this point.
Okay. I see Sonia C's in the chat room. Is that the Sonia C's that I know? Let me know, sister. You're supposed to have a ranch on your avatar. We got Gab Talk Media. Is that the Gab Talk? Gab, why do you not have a ranch on my channel? I haven't seen you over here in a minute, my brother, but still, you should have a ranch. Is that the Gab Talk Media that I know? Both of you, Sonia C's and Gab, let me know. Are you the real deal so that I can give you the ranches that you're supposed to have? Okay, Brother Mack, thank you again, brother, for coming on with me. I'll be in contact with you, brother. If there's anything, I may want to bring you back to have other discussions, not just about Umar Johnson, but more about what you do in your profession to further promote that, and anything else that you do, brother, that you would like to let people know about and promote. You're more than welcome to come here and promote it. Do you have a, maybe you did say this, do you have a YouTube channel?
The YouTube channel, it's you can get to it through the videos that I have on my website.
Okay.
So it's still Mac Portfolio.
Okay. I'm going to go back into your website and pull out that YouTube channel and put it in the description of this video too. But I've got your portfolio, I got your website, I got all that stuff in the description of this video. So, brother, thank you for being here, brother. Thank you. There it is, folks. There it is. That's brother. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. That's brother Marlon Mack, who joined me. This was a blockbuster interview as far as I'm concerned, because of the fact that the brother really is gifted, as Brother Honors has said himself. He is highly gifted. Skills are incredible. Having black men putting these sorts of projects together like this is incredible. So anybody out there that wants to build a home, commercial business, whatever you got going, this is the brother that you definitely want to get in contact with. And he says he donates of his time every so often. He will do a lottery and do this kind of work for people free of charge. So Gav, is that the real Gav? Is that the real Gav in there? Let me see. Let me see that. So we got some chick named Star. Gab, is that you? I'm not going to, because you know how people be trolling you on YouTube. People be coming in with fake avatars, fake names of people. I'm not going to take a chance. Email me, brother, and let me know that that was really you. And then I can go back in and give you the ranch. Sonia C's, email me too. You know, codewave06@gmail.com. You can find it on the About section of my YouTube channel. Email me and make sure, because I want to make sure that's not a troll. Somebody trolling, pretending to be you. I don't think it is, but I want to be very certain. So if you can, Sonia C's, I see you in there. Give me a message and let me know that it really was you, so I can go back into this video and give you the ranch. Or when you come back over, just come back over for other videos. Where the hell have you two been any damn way? Well, folks, that's all I got. I thank you for being here, for participating in the chat room. We had a large crowd today. Thank you very much. Once again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and put that back up. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, for the mods in the chat room, drop the second channel, The Information Man Speaks Podcast, my second channel. Please go over there and subscribe. You will find that second channel on this page of this channel right now. If you scroll down, you'll see it right there. You'll see the logo. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel. Mods, drop a link in the chat room of my second channel. Also, I'm back at it again with the traditional radio style podcast. You're going to see those cranking out. I dropped one the other night ago, but going to be dropping more and getting back into that right there. I want to say peace to everybody that's watching me right now on Facebook Live, because we've been multicasting this. Facebook Live, and those of you watching me in HAPS TV, because I dropped the link over there. Thank you for watching. If you've been watching this video, love you. Everybody in the chat room that's been rocking with me for a long time, I love you. New subscribers, thank you for coming on board. And to the haters out there, you can hate, but you can't say that what I said today was a lie. See, what you notice, Brother Mac, I know you're still on with me, that the haters will have negative things to say about you giving your critique about Dr. Umar Johnson, but they never say that what you're showing and what you're talking about is a lie. The fact that they never tell you that you're lying, that tells you everything that you know, that you are telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
And I'm going to say it again. It tells me that I am telling the truth. And I'm going to hit this right now.
Tell the truth.
Because most time they just kind of say, hey, you hating, but they never say that you're lying when your information is on point. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get ready to get on out of here. I thank you for coming over. I'm going to go check out Brother Honors. I think he's live right now. And thank you all. Be on the lookout. I am going to do that video about the statistics about who really commits the crime in America overall. I'm going to have to probably reproduce that stream again. So the one that's hanging up on my page, I'm going to get rid of it and reload another one with the same thumbnail, the same information, everything. And I'll probably go live with that either Tuesday, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see how things go, folks. Love you all out there. And let me just, let's do it right now. Peace, everybody. Peace. Everybody out there is wonderful.
Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tell the truth.
everybody. Favorite one right here.
Tell the truth.
To subscribe to his channel.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching the program. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you. Take care. And I'll be back again for more presentation. Thank you very much.